of industry and improve competitiveness.
As a country pursuing industrial transformation and economic growth, Ghana must rethink how we produce and consume energy. Sustainable energy can no longer be treated as an alternative discussion in the sidelines of development. It must become central to our industrial strategy and national building. At AGI, we strongly believe that the future of Ghanaian industries depends on our ability to adapt smarter, cleaner, and more efficient energy solutions. This is why the AGI Energy Service Center was set up to support industries with technical guidance, energy efficiency solutions, and practical pathways for integrating renewable energy into their operations. The Energy Service Center represents more than an institutional initiative. It represents AGI's commitment to helping industries transition into a future where sustainability
And that's the business update for you. Back to you, Denicia.
Thank you, Ahanta Pili, Samuel Kojo, for bringing us business. Well, that's it for AM News. For more news, I know a place. Please do log on to myjonline.com. My name is Denicia Pomaije. Enjoy the rest of the show. Sports is up next. Have a lovely Monday.
In terms of teacher availability, we are seeing.
We were living in one of the pavilion behind. Later that we had this new building. Then we now moved to the new building.
You did a lot. They have come here and asked us, and they have continued our 6-unit classroom building.
A lot has changed. After documentary, we had 60 tables and chairs, then a 10-bedroom teacher accommodation.
We have never been fair to these young children. The children are suffering. We applied for school feeding, which will have also helped to increase the enrollment.
The impact has been great in terms of enhancing duty bearer responsiveness, in terms of responding to the infrastructure needs, in terms of teacher availability. We are seeing that there's progress.
We can bring you sports now on the AM show with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. We are just about 17 days to the start of the FIFA World Cup. And by now, you might know that Ghana exports billions of non-traditional goods to the United States. So if you're a corporate organization, if you are an entity that wants to be a part of the U.S. market, which is quite huge, you need to get in touch with Latina Travel and Tour. They, in partnership with Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, are inviting beverage processors, corporate organizations such as fashion designers, as well as energy and medical pharmaceuticals, as well as all other institutions that are into the business community. So get in touch with Latina Travel and Tour on 0244260789 to secure a booth, because they have the 2026 FIFA World Cup Expo, which will be happening at the Envision Hotel in Boston. a city which has the biggest Ghanaian diaspora, and with about 10 million people expected during the FIFA World Cup, and about 5 million people expected in Boston during the World Cup. And Ghana's game against England is going to be the heart of the city where businesses are going to be happening. So get in touch with Litina, walk to their office at Alisa Hotel, have a conversation with them, secure your booth, and you will just be on your way to exposing your business to the huge US market. And also, if you are an entity or an individual who wants to give people an experience of witnessing the FIFA World Cup at its latter stages, get in touch with March Hospitality Experience to secure tickets for the semi-final and the final of the FIFA World Cup. Call 055-155-119, 055-155-119 to secure your tickets, or sales at marchexphospitality.com. That is the email to get in touch, or visit our website, www.marchexphospitality.com. As I mentioned, just 17 days to the FIFA World Cup, and you need to get yourself started so that you experience the World Cup at this latter stage, and also have your business exposed to the US market through Litina Travel and Tour. Let's talk Ghana youth football. Ghana's under-17s, a failure to qualify for a FIFA under-17 World Cup was extended over the weekend to 9 years after the team suffered 8-7 penalty defeat to Lion Kings in Uganda. The game ended 2-2 and needed to be decided via penalty shootout, and it was Lion Kings' side that progressed to the youth tournament.
This evening, and we're underway in. Ghana won it back. They still have it now on the far side. They've got a real chance here. Shot comes in, it's through the legs of the goalkeeper, and Ghana have the lead through Jamfi. He won the corner just moments ago, and he found himself completely unmarked. Eric Jamfi, and he shows the fans in the stands at the Mohammed VI complex the back of his shirt. Remember this name. It'll be Intaki. In fact, it isn't. The shot is from the... And here come Ghana forward once more. It's another good run from Abdul Latif. RJ with the shot, it's saved. And this time, it's gone straight into the back of the net. It's a fantastic delivery from the captain, Kisa. The Viper striker has struck again, and it's absolutely brilliant. Gavi is free in the middle if they can find him, and the goalkeeper's come out. He's missed it, into the back of the net, and Abdul Latif has given Ghana the lead again. A moment to forget for the goalkeeper. And here comes Abdul Latif. Ghana on the break. It's a lovely ball into the box. And Nana just goes down. This to level the scores. This is Banda. And it's into the back of the net. And Uganda have their equaliser. A dramatic. And a Banda is into the box. Goalkeeper comes out. Brilliant save from Annan. Uganda still on the attack, and the goalkeeper is still out of his goal and is headed away by Ghana. And there we have it. The referee blows his. It's Kapwete. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. And it's the first save of the cup. And he does. And Uganda are going to Qatar. Jubilant scenes from the Kingstons, Uganda.
The tournament will be happening in September later this year, with Ghana's under-17 boys failing to qualify to the under-17 World Cup. The under-17 girls, they are on their way to secure another ticket to the World Cup following a 6-0 win over Liberia at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Side half to find the back of the net. Jessica up here. Here she is, testing in! And Ghana absolutely having the first one here. After 29 minutes, it is Daniela Abbas with Ghana's opener. Bring it on, and Ghana finally have been able to hit the back of the net. Anoba has really got such a very, very difficult task out here. Stays on the ground, waits the sympathy of the referee. The foreign referee, Akitin Tasha. Having let it itself. That's what happened against Thai. And it's saying Ghana gets the second here. Roasted into the far left side of the post. And there's the Black Maidens by their skipper. 18 yards, but could not be fetched on that occasion. And here's Linda Echa for the Black Maidens. It's 2-on-3. Linda Echa. Pass inside to it. Linda Echa. Substitute Linda Echa, who makes it 3 for the Black Maidens. They're running out on the channel. This is the 4th one, and it's Lady Jessica Pierre with and Liberia at this moment cannot just contain the ruthlessness of the Black Maidens. Jessica Pierre brings it back. Priscilla Mensah, and Ghana got the 5th one there. There's Priscilla Mensah with Ghana's 5. And the Black Maidens running route here in Accra. And you can see what Liberia is trying to do now. Force inside. There's a big chance for Ghana. This could be the 6th goal. And it's Mavis Yeboah with Ghana 6. Liberia turned it.
Now let's talk about the Black Stars. They came up against Mexico on a Saturday morning and suffered a 2-0 loss.
Nice touch there. Pass is played back to Benjamin Asari. Asari tries to play it into midfield. There's a long shot and it's a fantastic strike. Mexico take the lead. It's a super strike there from Gutierrez. A misplaced pass from Benjamin Asari. He was late to make his way back into the post. And Gutierrez, from range, finds the back of the net. Super stuff, 1-0 Mexico.
I've been very disappointed, honestly. As I mentioned, this is a team that is not very familiar with themselves. They've never played together before, so you can understand the difficulty that they find themselves in. But for Benjamin Asari, it's difficult. You can't blame him for the pass to a very large extent. You might say, well, maybe he should have taken a long pass, but it's a difficult situation that he finds himself in to concede under 2 minutes, and knowing that there are concerns about your position in the team as number 1 goalkeeper, I think is a lesson for him. And to just keep the momentum, but the Mexicans on the attack now.
Sanchez now, chance there for Mexico, and it's a brilliant finish there. 2-0 Mexico. Sanchez off the bench, his first sniff of goal, and he fires a left-footed shot past Benjamin Asari. Just moments after Raksechi had crashed the crossbar. Such is the game at this level. You miss one opportunity, you are punished at the other hand. It's 2-0, Mexico lead.
Well-deserved lead by the Mexicans there. Beautiful finish by Martinez there. Beautiful finish. the control in the box. Maybe questions will be asked as to why he got the space to make that turn in the box. You could see Nathaniel Ajay, Yegbe, all of them in the box there. He was onside. He got the time to make the turn, and there was absolutely nothing Benjamin Asare could do there. Nothing whatsoever. He tried to close the angle. The ball was always getting into the back of the net. The Black Stars are down 2-0, but just before that, you see they had really good spell of play. Benjamin Asare.
And that game was live on Joy Prime, and we'll be working on bringing you many other live matches involving the national teams and the national team and other national teams in the country. Now, let me bring you some results of Ghana Premier League Match Day 34 as the competition came to a conclusion over the weekend, specifically on Sunday. Let's take a look at the results of the Ghana Premier League matches, and we have Hearts of Oak winning 4-2 against Mediama SC. Mediama SC were already champions of the Ghana Premier League. They won it last weekend. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they were stunned at home as they lost 2-1 to Swedru All Blacks. Young Apostles 1-2-0 against Samatex, and Vision FC 1-3-0 against Ediana Stars. Kaola United, they were at home and they lost 1-0 to Nations FC. However, Nations FC, they have still been relegated from the Ghana Premier League. Then Gold Stars, interestingly, won 8-3 against 11 Wonders. And one of the surprising things over there was the fact that striker Athakusi scored 6 of those goals. In fact, he needed 4 goals to win the Goal King of the season because Bechim United's Augustine Accra had 15 goals, whilst he had 13. But guess what? On the final day of the season, he scores 6 goals, and ends up winning the Ghana Premier League Goal King of the season. Then Basaka Holy Stars, they were at home, and they lost 4-2 to Dreams FC. Heart of Lions, Hohoe United did not happen because Hohoe United pulled out of the Ghana Premier League. So these are the teams that have been relegated from the Ghana Premier League. We have Nations FC, 11 Wonders, and Hohoe United. These are the teams that have been relegated from the top flight. I take you to Europe, and I'll bring you highlights of the matches that were played in England. And one of them is Arsenal. They are still participating in the UEFA Champions League. And it is Wrap Your Jersey Day, which is happening on May 30 at the Aviation Social Center. So you will have to be there, join the Joy Sports team, His FM team, and every single member of the multimedia group as we assemble at the Aviation Social Center on May 30 for the final of the UEFA Champions League. Come in your favorite club shirt or national team jersey, just as I am wearing here, to throw your weight behind either Arsenal or PSG. These are the two teams that will be facing off on May 30. And that game is kicking off at 4 p.m., not the usual 7 p.m. kickoff time of UEFA Champions League final matches. This year is going to be happening at 4 p.m. We've got a lineup of loads of activities which will be starting from 10 a.m. all the way up to kickoff. And there will be an after party as well. Let me bring you highlights of how Arsenal won their game against Crystal Palace. Also, Sunderland defeated Chelsea. Manchester United, Manchester City. In fact, it was the final day of the Premier League campaign. We're bringing you highlights of all the matches that happened on the final day of the season. And also, Alexander Usyk, he defended his world heavyweight title as he defeated Rico Henesha. And that is your AM Sports for now. Head on to myjoyonline.com for some more sports stories. We'll also be bringing you the newspaper review right after the highlights.
Gabriel against Will Hughes, that's a mismatch. But Kai Havertz is left free.
15th goal in all competitions this campaign.
Pino, who's the architect.
He has hold of it. In 2026, the champions are the Arsenal.
What an outstanding goal it is in from a son.
Mo Salah across the face of goal. Mo Salah with the assist. Kevin Charter stooping low.
He was always likely to have his say at some point, and with Villa's very first attempt on goal of the game. 10 additional minutes.
That'll be well received.
Foden, chance, goal! A game-saving goal.
Yeah, I just wonder whether he actually got back onside. I just wonder whether he's just barely offside.
Instruction, but here we see what they're looking at back at Stockley Park. Incredibly close, Glenn. Incredibly close. Yeah. And the goal stands.
Either way, this has been a great fight from an entertainment standpoint. Blood to the nose of Usyk. There were people saying, "Well, it's going to be so one-sided. Don't even bother." It has been anything but. In fact, Rico might well be winning. We think he is.
He's won more that with that right hand in then. Verhoeven. Up to this point, the fit round for Alexander Usyk. But he can't get rid of him. There's lots of good shots there. And again, except a bit of fatigue setting, and he's taking the shots really well. Verhoeven.
Shot that one from Usyk. Oh, they're going to give him time to put the mouthpiece back in. Oh, he looks unsteady. Usyk's complaining about it. And he should be. Some valuable time wasted there. And now Usyk's got in the corner. Can he close the show? Rico's in trouble here. What are you doing, referee? What are you doing? Are you kidding me? This is for the heavyweight championship of the world. I don't believe it. The corner are going crazy. But look what it means to this man here. Alarm bells were ringing. It wasn't going his way.
And then you get this. None of this was meant to happen. It was a lovely finish, though, from Alexander Usyk. The quality of the work.
Oh, that right uppercut. Absolute peach of a shot, it really was.
But again, though, it's Verhoeven trying to fight. The bravery, just swinging. So he was fatigued, a little bit hurt, but swinging got him into trouble.
He got too greedy.
No, I just think, he was just so tired, but rather than use his smarts and take a break, he's going, no, this is not how I fight. This is not how I fight. I'm going to fight like a champion. Just put it on him. Like, it's worked all night for me.
Wow, I mean, it tells you something when the referee has to get between two men fighting each other to stop the fight. We've already said this throughout, but what a superb effort that was for Verhoeven. Whether you agree with the stoppage or not, you cannot disagree. That was superb, what he was able to do there. Well, champions find ways to win, and that's what Alexander did here in the 11th round.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email,
Send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Cadbury hot chocolate, crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy, chocolatey, frothy goodness, rich taste, so satisfying.
Cadbury goodness, the treats you deserve every day.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number 1, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where is the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it they carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it they make water they flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
Makwanu gede be miakpɔnu yo mielɔ la ɣaɖo yi la edza egɔme tso mɔxexe ɖe enu dzi. Belele na ame meɖina sesẽ si ayi o. Enye belele ŋuɖɔɖɔɖo kple nu sue wɔwɔ nyuie.
Jofa dada non ja egome chonya kple wo belele besha beji.
Good conduct, great life is brought to you by
Indomie.
Tastes great.
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gari Soaking Mix. Taste of Ghana.
Hi. Now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park.
Welcome to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Our electric shuttle pulled up, and in no time, our tour began. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park. We were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through orientation and how to better enjoy the experience. Watch these animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. We saw zebras, sable antelope, brown cranes, mara, silky chicken, nyalas, Shetland ponies, and so many animals I just couldn't keep up. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Then we took a break to have lunch in this serene environment. All this amazing experience for this price for adults? This price for teenagers. It's a bargain. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before dinner by the campfire. It's been a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait till my next visit.
Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Welcome to Sulas Enterprise, the shop that deals in industrial machinery such as generators, rice millers, water pumps, compressors, and mowers. From the smallest to the largest capacity, at Sulas Enterprise, we give you nothing but the best from the best brands such as Honda and Perkins. When it comes to our generators, we also sell mowers coming from brands like Honda, Briggs and Straton, and Oleoma. And when it comes to our water pumps, we offer you brands like Lily, and Pedrolo water pumps. We also sell rice millers for all capacities. We are located at Spintex Kakalika Plaza. Also find our various locations as displayed on screen, or call us on the following numbers: 0243-839-463 or 0554-154-416 or 0240-541-493.
Sulas Enterprise, where quality meets affordability.
It's time to believe in you.
and so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we set the vibe. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park.
Welcome to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Our electric shuttle pulled up, and in no time, our tour began. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park. We were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through orientation and how to better enjoy the experience. Watch these animals roam freely in their natural habitat undisturbed by our presence. We saw zebras, sable antelope, brown crane, mara, silky chicken, nyalas, Shetland ponies, and so many animals I just couldn't keep up. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Then we took a break to have lunch in this serene environment. All this amazing experience for this price for adults? This price for teenagers. It's a bargain. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before dinner by the campfire. It's been a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait till my next visit.
Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
The battle line has been drawn and history is calling. 2 giants, 1 trophy. Will this be Arsenal's first ever Champions League trophy? Or is PSG lifting it again for the 2nd time in a row? Join your #1 entertainment radio station, Hits 103.9 FM at the Aviation Social Center as we watch Arsenal versus PSG battle on a giant screen. Ghana, get ready for the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey 2026. This year, we've ramped up the excitement with sports quiz, soccer tournament, the Champions League anthem competition, esports, JAMA, and more. All roads lead to the Aviation Social Center. Swag up your jerseys. Wear your football club jersey proudly. And let's all meet at the Aviation Social Center from 10 a.m. to late. Mark the date, Saturday, 30th May 2026. And get ready for lots of fun with friends and family. Entertainment with your favorite Hits FM personalities. Music with a Hits FM DJ squad. And amazing prizes to be won from 10 a.m. to the climax of the UEFA Champions League finale match in grand style. The Hits FM Rep Your Jersey 2026 is powered by Joy Sports with support from Joy Prime, Joy News, Joy FM, and My Joy Online, and proudly sponsored by TCL, Inspire Greatness, Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuel for all. Soccer Bet, your best bet for sports betting. Didi Shito, Efiedienye, Heineken, share the passion. Twisco chocolate food drink, power your dream. Ashesi University, educating the next generation of ethical and entrepreneurial leadership for Africa. Ayuda, Ghana's #1 services app. Abaco Services, baby. Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone Papa Pafi. Day by day men. Strong and refined. The skincare you deserve. Heritage Christian University. Educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Citizen Sports Mall. Level up your game. Aqua.natural mineral water. Obenum Manum Bium. DSTV. Feel every moment. The Hits FM Rep Your Jersey 2026.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabidim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
time, malfunctioning traffic lights on the Awoshia-Blekuma stretch turned a busy road into a danger zone, causing crashes and costing lives. But today, residents and commuters say they can finally breathe again.
Hey, Jesus.
For years, residents and motorists using the Awoshi stretch say the faulty traffic light turned a busy intersection into a dangerous zone. But after Joy News highlighted the challenge, authorities moved in to restore the traffic lights. Member of Parliament for Ablekuma North, Irabna Obin, joined residents at the intersection and expressed appreciation to all who contributed to fixing the problem.
I want to use this opportunity to thank especially His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, our able reset president, and I want to thank the minister in charge of roads and highways, Honorable Gavin Kwame Agboja. Honorable, I don't know what I would have done without your support and help.
She charged residents to be vigilant enough to prevent vandalism of the circuit.
And I've charged the residents of Awoshi to be watchmen and women to help in protecting what they have reinstalled for us.
Residents, especially those who lost relatives through accidents on the stretch, say the restoration brings relief and renewed hope.
Excellent, excellent. We thank you all that you've done the best in all you've done the best. We give thanks to God.
We are excited and grateful to Joy News for highlighting our plight, and today we are finally seeing results. We truly appreciate the work you've done.
I am deeply pained that because of these malfunctioning traffic lights, my wife is now paralyzed. At the same time, I am glad that the lights have been fixed so that others will not suffer the same fate of being knocked down. This young woman has shown wisdom and care in fixing these lights for us after several years of complaints.
I'm very happy the light is being fixed today because the kind of reports we get from constituents and residents is it's not good at all, because sometimes they can call you at midnight to come and witness accidents and all stuff. So I'm very happy it's being fixed. And to the thieves and whoever, we are giving a word of caution to them that this time around we are going to be very vigilant about it. We don't want to see anyone close to the circuit, because once you get close, you are a target or you are a suspect.
Residents now hope the restored traffic lights will help reduce accidents and improve safety for both motorists and pedestrians along the stretch. For Joy News, I am Adobe Asari.
Let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park.
Welcome to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Our electric shuttle pulled up, and in no time our tour began. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through orientation and how to better enjoy the experience. Watch these animals roam freely in their natural habitat undisturbed by our presence. We saw zebras, sable antelope, brown crane, mara, silky chicken, nyalas, Shetland ponies, and so many animals I just couldn't keep up. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Then we took a break to have lunch in this serene environment. All this amazing experience for this price for adults? This price for teenagers. It's a bargain. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before dinner by the campfire. It has been a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait till my next visit.
Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Welcome to Sulas Enterprise, the shop that deals in industrial machinery such as generators, rice millers, water pumps, compressors, and mowers. From the smallest to the largest capacity, at Sulas Enterprise, we give you nothing but the best from the best brands such as Honda and Perkins. When it comes to our generators, we also sell mowers coming from brands like Honda, Briggs and Straton, and Oleoma. And when it comes to our water pumps, we offer you brands like Lily, and Pedrolo water pumps. We also sell rice millers for all capacities. We are located at Spintex Kakalika Plaza. Also find our various locations as displayed on screen, or call us on the following numbers: 0243-839-463 or 0554-154-416 or 0240-541-493.
Sulas Enterprise, where quality meets affordability.
It's time to believe in you. We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we set the oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
From Africa to football's biggest stage, you are invited to be a part of it. Feel the rush, the passion of every moment. Don't just watch the game. Live the FIFA World Cup experience. With VIP seatings, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining, priority access at every turn, luxury all around you. Seamless, effortless, exceptional. Because this is more than a ticket. This is your FIFA World Cup 2026 experience. Brought to you by Match Experience Hospitality. Call 055-155-1119 or visit matchexphospitality.com to secure your packages or walk into any Absa Bank branch, our official banking partner, for more information and payment.
Teenage pregnancy is stressful. It is world war.
Dreams are paused, futures rewritten, and childhood replaced with the heavy responsibility of raising a life.
They impregnated her, and at the end of the day, when she came, she was HIV positive.
This is not just a story of motherhood, it's a cautionary tale.
Your friends will laugh at you at that time because nobody expects you to get pregnant at that time. You get that reactions from the nurses when you go to the antenatal. Some of you would go like Akosua, so they walk off.
Too young to mother on Joy News.
Imagine a family without a home. Imagine a song without a voice. Imagine a church without prayers. Imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy without journalists. Imagine a world without the media. Life is full of issues and stories about people, communities, and governments. Stories that have to be told by well-trained journalists. That's why you can't imagine news without Joy News.
Well, hello. Thank you for staying. Time now to review the news. A lot of matters arising. Thank you for choosing us another week. We're excited to come your way. But the Hunter Pele is ready by the wall to bring us what's happening in front of the newspapers.
You're not your usual self. What's happening?
Oh, I just feel poorly.
Anyway, let's go into what the papers are reporting, starting with the Daily Graphic.
Yeah.
The banner headline, Netco reels under 5 billion cedis funding deficit. VRA Netco staff claim. Now, details are that Netco was giving an approval for revenue, a tariff revenue of 1.7 billion. Let me see if I got it right. 1.64 billion from 2023, 2024, 2025. But in that same period, Netco expended 7 billion. So what happens to the gap there?
So how do they fill the gap?
Yes. So operationally, they spent 7 billion, but the revenue they got from tariffs per the approval was 1.6 billion. So the gap, what happens to them? And that's what the staff are saying, that is causing the Netco to operate or to have some vulnerability in its operation. And if we don't take care, it won't be good for the entity. And therefore, that's something that the state should, avert.
ECG.
And yes. Yeah. And they have a lot of regions, actually, So some investment need to go. The government has to think about it.
It's not surprising, is it? It's not surprising.
Well, no.
What's happening down south is what's mirroring what's happening up north.
Well, but ECG is making more.
They're making more. I mean, not in terms of the figures, but the gap.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So it tells that we need to start thinking about our state entities in the energy sector in terms of those who distribute it. How do we help them in bridging the gap? Because actually, what they need to charge, as you remember, the argument is that what they need to charge fair tariffs, they are not getting. The government will always have to come in them and ask them, look, do not charge high.
They are charging power. We are able to afford it.
Oh, well. Anyway. Another one has to do with President Mohammed's tour to the Savannah region. We understand that he can't solve for some project and inspected other projects that are ongoing as well. But that two-day tour has come to an end in the Savannah region there. A survey reviews high public trust in vaccines, and also law on false news ignites debate, repeal or maintain. That's it there. Delhi Guide, South Africa's xenophobic attacks, minority slums delay in Ghanaians evacuation. Remember, they were supposed to be evacuated, I think, somewhere last week or so. But the news came that, they had postponed it. So, but yesterday I know there was a meeting. Over the weekend, there had been some meeting. But the minority saying that the delay in evacuating them is not something that should be countenanced. Get details on page 6 there. Malian government investigate Adamu's sister company over tax violations. That's also a story on page 3 of the Daily Guide. We are coming for you, your honor to criminals. Let's get back to winning ways. Afoko rallies NPP MPs, and this was when the NPP MPs met ahead of the resumption of Parliament. Let's do Ghanaian publisher. Mali probes Adamu's affiliate over tax violations. The details are on page 3. SA evacuation delay, minority blast government over the delay. Wuntumi trial, AG struggling to prove allegations. That's according to Wuntumi's team. They say that the evidence presented does not, prove that Wuntumi engaged in galamsey. That's what they are saying. Let's see how the court will treat it. We are coming for you. IGP tells criminals. And
why is the story about Arsenal lifting the Premier League trophy still in front of the Ghanaian publisher?
I was going to ask if anybody of our guys support Arsenal, but
skip.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree, but Charlie, we are going to suffer for the next 1 year. Because people like Fred. Now, I don't find comfort sitting in the newsroom.
Yeah, I missed his call on Friday. Plan on picking.
I saw a video of some George with the Arsenal has a television station, and there's one of their commentators, a black guy like that. I saw some George with the guy, they were so happy to ask, hey, yeah, whoa, for the next 1 year. And when they add the Champions League, hey, Champions League. Anyway. Hey, joke. Saturday, my supporters with PSG. They should save us. They should save the world. If you're crying, so I'm the Champions League back out. Over titles, grow at you and do your bed. They will support us. Anyway, Economy Times. So you gag me.
As I say.
BOG set to license first non-interest bank soon. And lending deposit rate to remain unchanged as BOG maintains 14% policy rate for next 2 months.
Now we are shocked.
No. Mate said Vicky come boss, and I'm like, hey, but Vicky does she talk football?
Oh, she says she's Arsenal. Is she not? I am.
Vicky's Arsenal too.
Seriously.
Hey, let's move on.
In fact, my son was actually at the stadium.
Hey.
It wasn't a joke.
Hey, Arsenal. Anyway, let's do myjohn.online.com so we can wrap up.
Arsenal just shot in Ghana.
Okay. So let's do myjohn.online.com. Then we can wrap it up here. Maybe the director will help us with the myjohn.online. Let's see. Okay. But one story that is making rounds, which is quite sad, is the Beverly Afaglo one. We understand that she passed over the weekend. Let me share with you some small details. Now it says Ghanaian musician and former prior member, Kwamaster, has announced the death of his wife, actress Beverly Afaglo, in a social media post that has left fans and colleagues in shock. The musician, also known as Prior Honeho, shared the heartbreaking news on his verified Instagram page in the early hours of Sunday, 24th May 2026, expressing deep sorrow over the passing of the actress, whom he described as a source of strength and happiness. So that is, a small quote says, "My heart is shattered beyond words over the death of my beloved wife, Beverly Afaglo. It would have been just like 4 more days to your birthday, but I guess the Lord wanted to celebrate with you, so he called you." End of quote, he wrote. And that, on that sad note, I hand over to you, Emefa.
We definitely share condolences with the family as well, and hopefully she's resting. It's not easy to fight cancer, you know. It's not easy. It's as if when you're diagnosed of cancer, you've got to prepare for the worst. Some people are lucky to go into remission, but it's just sad. Really, really sad. I hear she really fought well and hard. Anyway, not to remind the family of the pain, still fresh, right? Kojo, but thank you so much. This morning, we're joined by Lom Nuku Ahlija, lawyer, lecturer, and energy analyst, Daniel New-Quarter Titus Glover, former Greater Accra Regional Minister, and Victoria Bright, former legal advisor to the former President Akufo, an entrepreneur, and also Don Kofuseni, Deputy Director of Finance and Administration at the National Service Authority. And I'm privileged to information because, you know, Lom was my lecturer some years ago, so I know that today is his birthday. Yeah, it was still in school, yeah. It was still in school. Yeah, happy birthday. Wish you all the best for today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm also happy that my birthday is on African Union Day. I get to celebrate with the entire country.
Other Africans.
Yes.
Your currency is not doing too well in the sub-region.
It's
but
okay.
It's still okay.
As you know, it's a swing. It
Yeah?
goes up, it comes down. Last year was the best performing currency. So this year, it may have a few challenges, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, happy birthday. You got any plans today? Are you cutting some cake, sharing a plate of jollof? We go where the free food is.
Yes, exactly.
You figure it out, eh?
Oh, yes, we figure it out. But I think it's good to be alive. I thank God for how far He's brought to me. And I'm looking forward to the many, many more years I'm sure He's giving me. So
Amen.
That's it. And I know my co-panelists will have a surprise for me.
If
I forgive the two of you because you're Arsenal fan.
No, but as for Honorable, you know very well that you are also my student.
Yeah, but
so you have the excuse.
Oh,
Emefa was able to get that information.
Honestly, if Emefa had not touched it, I wouldn't have known.
What's your commercial lawyer? What's your commercial lawyer? Okay. Anyway, so let's start with this growing concerns over safety in schools after police arrested 4 students of Adeti Senior High Technical School.
Very good. I think since yesterday, my friends from Adeti Senior Secondary School have been fighting me giddy giddy. They say it's technical school, not the secondary school. So they are different.
Okay. So there's Adeti
one is at Sege and the other one is at Fua.
But what's their concern? But what's their concern? That if it's from the technical school, then what?
Yes, they are the people who deal with technical cutlasses.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, well, you must have seen the statement by the police. And Kingsley, if you have the video, we just might be lucky enough to show people who have not seen the video a little later if you have it. Let me know if you have it. But okay, we've got it. So if you've not seen it, this is why the police arrested these students. Take a look. Well, yeah, so that's the reality. And I like to think that all of my panelists this morning are parents. You either have children who are trotting to this level or have finished this level. And seeing this on your screen today, maybe you have seen it on social media or anything.
You want me to take a
Yes, Titus, you can proceed.
Two of my boys were in my alma mater, Preseclegon. I was in House 4, Akro House. The very bed that I slept on. I left Presec in 86. And anytime, the first day I take them to the school, I remind them about the discipline I went through in the hands of my father or my parents. The Presbyterian training is universal. We, the parents, we have a role to play. The teachers, I can say majority of the shaping of these words is in their hands. And the children themselves also have a duty to shape their own individual lives. I think a year or two back, I watched this at the Southern College student whose head was hit to the metal bed.
Yeah.
And I just clinched that if this has affected the eye of this student, what will have happened? Student carrying cutlass. What happened? What I told was a misunderstanding. And you could see that all of them were against the guy in the white t-shirt. I think that the school authorities must up their game. When we're in Presec, the father of Benadavle, Mr. Avle was a senior housemaster. You dare not. He walks from every house. Mr. Avle, wherever he is, I'm greeting him. He makes sure that the school is safe. To make sure all these strands that we have, students transit we have in the system, is not even felt there. So the senior housemasters, the teachers, must really up their game to make sure that all these bad boys, these boys should be sanctioned immediately. I'm happy the police have picked him.
Yeah, they have.
They should serve as a deterrent. Fellow student carrying weapon. Carrying weapon, cutlass, somebody's child.
Well, let me.
There should not be mercy here. No mercy here. All of them who are attacking and beating the boy, they also should be picked by the police.
Yeah, they have. They've actually been picked.
Why? What is happening?
Their faces blurred initially, but their names as well have been mentioned in the statement.
What is all this indiscipline?
Let me go to Vicky. Vicky, I mean, it's as if every day or like every year we definitely have a case like this, if not the same, looking exactly like this as we're seeing on the screen. Did we see this coming, or is it springing up on you as a surprise?
I mean, sadly, I'm getting less and less surprised, and that's disturbing. Because not long ago, as Nikwate was saying, we had their disco story, and then we had those kids who were beating the other kid on the compound. Remember that one? That was just about a month or so ago.
There was someone even beating their teacher.
And some were also beating their teacher.
The Intakoa.
Yes.
The Intakoa one,
Yes. So
also in the central region.
Yes. So it's very disturbing, not just because of the cutlass, which in itself is like, that's, a different level now. But what it actually says about the changing culture of violence, and intimidation and aggression among some of these young people in our schools. I mean, you send your child to go and study, So it's not really just a question of students misbehaving or whatever. There are deeper concerns for me. The normalization or seeming normalization of violence, because look, just sitting here without even thinking too much, we've managed to recall a few. And then this whole social media performance culture amongst the youth. A lot of these things are also being fueled by social media and the weakening authority structures in the schools. When I was at secondary school, you couldn't, there's no way you can smuggle a cutlass into your dormitory or any weapon for that matter. Our house mistresses were very strict and they were patrolling. You dare not even think about doing anything like this. So for me, I don't know who recorded it. Was it who recorded the video?
One of them.
I'm sure. So for me, that's also shocking.
Yes.
The confidence to record it. To circulate it.
Recording that particular thing. Because it was the same with the Adisco case too. Somebody recorded without their knowledge. The student that was being beaten to the same thing, it was a student who also recorded that one too.
So for me, it's a major societal warning sign. It's a dangerous shift in youth behavior. Because in the past, indiscipline was like truancy, lateness, fighting, vandalism. Now they seem so lame, compared to what we are seeing. We are seeing weapons, gang-style behavior in Ghanaian schools. Ghanaian schools, intimidation culture, online humiliation, we've seen that one as well, and violent performance, sometimes just for social action or for you for people to be scared of you in school, like you are the man, and so I think that it's a very different psychological environment from what we experienced in schools when we were in schools.
Yeah, this happened in Accra Academy.
Yeah,
so Vicky, on the screen now, this is another footage that happened in Accra Academy.
Oh man, and these are, Accra Academy.
This appetite for cutlasses.
No.
Wow.
Using cutlasses to relax.
So we need to actually go behind this thing and examine what produced this kind of behavior. What supervision gaps existed in that school? Were there any prior warning signs? Was this linked to some kind of bullying culture?
It's a small book.
Was there substance abuse? Because now a lot of the youth are also involved in substance abuse.
Yeah.
So, but there has to be accountability. And so I'm glad that the police have gotten involved. But we need to also not just throw these kids away, because we may be creating other problems, like take them, arrest them, expel them from school, and that's it. You are actually creating other problems. So we need to have serious parental engagement. Who are the parents of these children? Because they also have a responsibility. And there has to be some kind of psychological assessment of these kids. Serious professional psychological assessment of these children and some kind of behavioral rehabilitation rather than just throwing them away. Otherwise, we are simply recycling damaged young people back into society. And where will that lead us? And how did they even get access to a cutlass in that environment?
I'm searching my memory that if you're going to school, you're giving a list of things to provide. I don't recall whether you're asked to bring a cutlass or
well, maybe it depends on the school. But a cutlass, I would be very surprised. Because look, we've seen globally how quickly school violence can escalate.
Yeah.
When early warning signs are ignored. So for me, we need to look at campus security as a whole now, because it's becoming a thing. It's not something that we used to worry about before to any great extent. Maybe we should start doing student searches on a regular basis. There should be stricter dormitory supervision like we had when we were in school. And there should be some anti-bullying structures and maybe some whistleblowing. If protecting kids to actually do some whistleblowing if they know that a student has a weapon in the school. So for me, I'm just very worried about this whole thing. I'm glad that the police has intervened. And what is clear to me is that if we ignore warning signs early, we may eventually face much more serious forms of school violence in this country. Thankfully, in this situation, he put the cutlass down at some point. Who knows, God forbid, what can happen next time? Because look, we've seen terrible tragedies in some schools in other countries. The challenge is punishing this kind of wrongdoing without also destroying young lives.
Let me come to you, because last year when the Accra Academy one happened, early last year in January, right? Of course, it came into the public. We discussed it. Maybe if something very serious was, if it happened, maybe we won't be discussing today. I just did a quick search, and it seems, they were handed over to the police. Some of them were suspended and all of that. But maybe we didn't talk about the repercussions very much. Maybe otherwise students from the Ada technical. Well, everybody's protecting their school. Let me tell you. So Kingsley's in my ear shouting, "Why are they using Academy? Why are they using Adeti?" Let's look at that school. So everybody's protected. But let me hear you.
Yes. Well, in fact, between the January one you mentioned from last year, we have discussed quite a number actually.
Sure.
Yes, a number of schools, different scenarios. And the truth is that we have a real challenge in this country. Thankfully, because of my, involvement in secondary school work, because of Achimota School, where I serve on the board, I know quite a number of things. For example, Ashimoto School today has 5,000 students. It's bigger than Ashesi University and many private universities.
Wow.
When we were in secondary school, we were a total number of just about 1,500. If you look at the student to teacher ratio, it is significantly widened now. It breaks almost any international standard you can think about. So the truth also is that the supervision is less than it used to be. And it's a fact we cannot run away from, which, you know, is a reality on many of these school campuses. In fact, this year, when my year group turned 25 years, we did some activities in our school. Part of what we had to do was, let me say, a concert, like a jam, which was to end, of course, way into the night, but the students were to leave by 8:30. We had lots and lots of meetings with school administration just to plan and coordinate how to get them back. Because imagine sending about between 3,000 to 5,000 students back to their houses when you have a very exciting program going on where they really want to take part. It wasn't easy, the logistics. So we had, apart from the school security, apart from the teachers and all of that, we had to actually get over 40 private security, which included police and even a few military, like men to support.
And that is Achimota.
Achimota School. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 5,000 students in the school where the teachers are less than 300. So supervision is not what it used to be, you see. And I think Honorable mentioned that point about the fact that when he was in school, Bernard Avle's dad, and you know the kind of attention to this, they could know you, mention you by name. It's not like that anymore.
From afar, they will just mention your name.
And there's a lot of that going on across the country. And of course, it is one of the unintended consequences of the free SHS policy, because the numbers grew significantly without necessarily the correlating investments in, you know, more teachers, more infrastructure, more all of that. So it is a big thing, which means that the primary responsibility for ensuring that students in school perform the way they are supposed to is still a parental responsibility. Because if you are waiting or relying on a teacher to check your child in school, as I'm saying, the reality is that you are not likely to get it because there are just too many of them for the attention to detail that we are looking at. And so that's why perhaps we are seeing more of this. And I can assure you that until significant changes are brought within this space, we may continue to see some of these things. That's a fact. So even if the police dealt with this matter, some of them were even tried, maybe they were sentenced, some went to Boston Institutes and so on. The deterrence will not be enough if in school they have more room and freedom. Vicky also alluded to a certain point about who was recording, most likely a student. It means that a student has a phone in school. They are not required to, in fact, it's against the rules by GS for students to have phones in school. We know that in some of the secondary school, through government provision, they have tablets. Yeah. They have tablets. The tablets are supposed to be restricted for educational use and purposes. I haven't seen one myself, so I don't know if it has camera and all of that. But you see what is happening. The fact that they have cameras. They have cameras. Okay, so it's possible that maybe one of those was being used and all of that. So we really have to think through a lot of things having to do with the educational sector. But in this particular instance and the kind of trend we are seeing, we really need to improve the number of teachers, the supervision, the policies, as Vicky mentioned, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, we will not see the
backlog of teachers looking to be posted.
Emefa, you see, good morning to your cherished viewers. Thankfully, we've all been through the secondary school system. I went through St. Mary's Seminary Secondary, Lolobi. So I'm a trained cardinal, actually. Those days, Mr. Long, we were competing in snake catching.
How to catch?
Yeah, well, we are. So no. Our school is like in the middle of a jungle on the hill. Okay. Wow. We are surrounded by a jungle. So if you talk about snakes, that's one of the schools with snake catcher. No, no. Actually, my life I fear snake than anything. But most of my mates, they could just Even a cobra, people can just catch a cobra.
That's what they were concerning themselves with.
Yes, and then the worst crime was escaping to town.
Yes. Wesley girls the same. If you run away, that's like
run to town and go because we didn't like the food on campus. You escape to town to go and buy food. They catch you, they deal with you. And one person can be given like 2 acres to weed. That's because there's a lot of.
Where did they get the cutlass to weed?
So what we do is that when you go with whole cutlass broom, rakes. Rakes. Yeah, but we were doing mostly cutlass in St. Mary. In fact, cutlass comes before your chobos. But then when you come, you put all your cutlasses and everything in the box room. So when there is work, the house prefect goes to open the box room. Everybody goes for their cutlass, and then you don't put cutlass in the dormitory. No. Out of it, somebody has a nightmare and start wielding it.
Yeah.
The only thing we're allowed to keep in the how do we call it? Dormitories were maybe buckets and water. Finish. You were not allowed to even keep your own chop box and the trunks in the even in the dormitories. You were all in the box room. But Emefa, I agree with Mr. Long when he said, yes, the free SHS is free education is a good thing. But I think along the line, we confused free education with free discipline. So in addition to the free SHS, teachers were banned from even caning students on campus. And in our days, we feared 2 things, weeding and being lashed. In fact, Father Wanampe and Father Agbeto, they could just put you on the wall, and until the canes are all broken, they've not finished.
Wow, that one too is abuse.
Don't want to get yourself
as a mother.
Mommy, it was a boys' school, and you can imagine. Boys' school, Ankasa.
She went to Wesley Girls. She doesn't understand.
Oh, yeah, they won't understand caning. They won't understand caning. So imagine boys in a school like a jungle. They've missed home. They are not getting access to things outside, and they want to misbehave. So those were some of the checkmates. One person can be given, like I said, a whole jungle to clear. And you'll be there clearing. You see, so unfortunately for us, yes, the numbers are overwhelming, but then discipline has also gone down significantly. Now, teachers, they tell me before you cane, you have to even write a report why you lashed a student.
That's also fair because then we also saw growing challenges of teachers not having a balance, right?
That
People have mental issues at home and all of that.
They come and unleash it.
Like I said, every school has a class master.
You guys there.
You have how do we call it? A house master as well.
Yeah.
So before any teacher deals with a student, the class master is aware what that particular student did. Before any student is dealt with, the house master is aware. So like he's saying now, imagine 1,000 students in a particular house. One teacher cannot actually take care of that.
Yeah.
So immediately, yes.
What's preventing the government from, taking on the backlog? I've seen that the minister says that
more teachers. Well, that is the NAGRAT group are the people who deal with the secondary schools. But like I said, we need a serious, up-to-date reform in our school disciplines. Because we should know that the kids are evolving. Now they are watching more sophisticated movies.
Of social media.
Things that you see, when you're in the SHS, it's like an experimental stage. So the attitude mostly you take in the SHS, if you're not careful, it sticks with you for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So SHS is like the experimental and then the adaptive stage of life. So most people, if you don't pay attention to your kids in the secondary school, that's it, they are gone. If you leave them to their friends will shape them for you.
Yeah.
Like he's saying now, the teachers have actually lost control. Some schools do, because like Kingsley is protesting. If Almighty Addis, we can get this in Addis, and soldiers have to come in to control Achimota, then you can imagine us in the jungle.
Well,
with cutlasses.
Maybe my final question will be on. Yeah.
This matter, because of its repetitive nature in varied forms that it comes, GES, parents, teachers must sit and look at these things again.
Yeah.
Because this is not once, this is not twice, and it kept repeating in other schools. We need to really look at this holistically. So, yes, the teachers are not much to monitor the attitudes of these children. Now, technology is doing a lot of things for us. Can we fix technology around some of these areas, cameras?
Yeah.
That could be helping us.
So I have a friend called Rosa who has a younger brother in Presec, and she tells me that for the house that her younger brother is, or one of the houses, the parents of that house, they put money together and then they bought CCTV in the house.
Wow.
So in Presec, you may find one house that has got that.
That's the technology I'm talking about. That alone, you have a policeman in technology watching you. So your attitude, that alone is deterrent enough.
Right.
So I think that we need to look at this thing holistically. The teachers, the parents, and whoever.
Yeah.
So be able to deal with some of these indisciplines in our schools.
Vicky, finally on this matter, Vicky or Lomi can take this. Does it appear as though parents have left the responsibility of raising their children to schools? Because by the time you get to secondary school, I hear what you say, but you must have the formative years. You've been shaped
in a certain way. Yeah.
So does it look like we have left it? In Malco Girls, where I went to, teachers had to struggle to get us out of the dormitory to go and eat the food that because it was a girls' school, and some of us didn't want to gain weight.
Good for you.
Want to, ladies have to be begging you, please go and eat.
If you are late, the food is gone.
That's what the teachers will concern themselves about. But building machetes and all of that, really. It's a big jump.
I think that discipline starts from the home. Yeah. Right? Parents cannot abdicate responsibility. We are all parents here. And you have to take responsibility for bringing up your child. Because a child doesn't bring itself up. If you leave the child alone, other people will do your job for you. And so for me, I believe that some of the discipline amongst the home itself has collapsed to an extent in many homes, in many, many homes. And I also think that there's a lot of emotional neglect of children. You see a lot of homes where there's material comfort, but there's actual neglect of the children. Parents are giving children all these
gadgets.
Gadgets and the latest iPhones and all that, and some nice, Valentino belt, whatever, But they are actually ignoring the emotional, how do I describe the well-being of the child. And these things compile, and eventually they manifest themselves in certain ways. So yes, I believe that it all starts from the home. The school has a part to play, but look, by the time these kids get to the schools, they have been shaped by their parents. And in some cases by house girls, because the parents are not there, Yeah, the parents are not there. So it's the nannies and the house girls who are actually looking after the children, And so these are things I think parents should start reflecting on their own actions. You are too busy for your child. Some people are working 24 hours in high-powered jobs, positions, whatever, and neglecting the most important thing. Look, if you are in a high-powered position, whether in the corporate world, in politics, whatever it is, that is not the most important job for you. The most important job is making sure that your child is properly brought up. Your child is properly brought up. Because when all is said and done, you are shaping a human being who will be part of this society. And when all is said and done, whatever job that you are chasing to the neglect of your child, that job will go one day.
True.
Okay, it will go one day.
No, but my fear even now, as at this moment, is that yes, during our days, from senior will tell you from their days, school clashes are there. Normally stones and sticks they do, but now with the trend is going, one day school clashes and we'll see guns inside.
Well, this is what I was saying.
Guns, last year there was a gun.
Yes.
It gets really violent. There was a student, Kimbu secondary.
And we've seen it. We've seen it. Don't say, oh, this is Ghana. It can't happen here. It can't happen here.
When I was in office as a regional minister, this in Tako, there was two of the schools, I'm told almost every year they have to fight in Greater Accra here. So it caught my attention that we have to put emergency regional security council meeting to make sure we ban those two schools, to make sure they don't count
from participating at all.
To make, because
like
the kind of fight
that
is going on,
KTI.
it's not
You can easily
it's just. This is a security matter.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, it is.
It's a security matter. So I'm happy the police have moved in. But from here, what would the police do?
Yeah.
No, the police.
So
the police, what they would do would be to basically either try them, go through the process, and they go to. But that's the end. But
the problem is still there.
Yes,
that's the point I was saying. Exactly.
Systemic. It has to be structural.
Exactly.
Something that GS is dealing with from the top. Across board, this is a framework for dealing with these things, and it has to be more significant.
It's really, Lom, I remember there was a gunshot and lady lost her eyesight.
Yes,
something like
that was last year.
I think there's a picture on the screen now. Well, it's amazing. We're getting to
Emefa, during our days, you could just be there one day. Housemaster will just assemble all of you in your dormitory. Everybody go to the box room, open your trunks for inspection. They will inspect. Unexpected. So what betides you if they find any unapproved thing in your trunk, in your how do you call it? In your chop box, anything that has not been approved will be seized, and that is the end. If it's an iPhone 17, whatever. That's the end of it. You will never see it again.
That's true.
Now, I don't think those things are being done again.
It's amazing. Do we even have the moral right to talk about the xenophobic attacks in South Africa if you yourself in your country have this kind of challenge?
We definitely have to talk about
that. Is an extreme one.
But they're not the same people that get violent.
No, those people, they've lost their identity.
We definitely have to talk about that.
We'll talk about, okay. Let's talk about that one because I'm just thinking, imagine you're a mother or a parent of one of these children, poor mother, by now their stomach is turning. If you have a mother like mine, then you were caught. This video was shown to her that this is what your child is doing. I don't know what will happen. So I'm just also thinking about their families because a bad child is just a bad child, you know. Imagine you have a bad child, whatever you do, unfortunately. But let's get to South Africa. So about 800 Ghanaians in South Africa have declared their intention to be evacuated. Has the number increased? Oh no, it has increased from 800 because the last Friday we had about 800, and I won't be surprised if the number has increased. The High Commissioner as well says that the first batch will be evacuated on the 27th of this month. This is just this week, and so we're expecting them. I know that xenophobic attacks in South Africa has been quite historical and all. The level at which we're seeing it today, Lom, maybe, start with you on the level at which we're seeing it today. One of my favorite questions to ask people is that, does it even surprise you if you look back and today in civilization and all of that? What are we not doing right?
Well, it's interesting that we're having that conversation today. African Union Day.
Can you imagine?
It is really, quite ironic that it is occurring on this particular day, because when Kwame Nkrumah said many years ago that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it's linked to the total liberation of the African continent, I think he was making a very poignant point about how we need each other to really come out of the challenges that arose from slavery and colonization and all of that. And it's true. If you take South Africa, for example, the country, to get to the point where there was black liberation for independence in 1994, it took essentially an African effort. There were many South Africans who came to Ghana to study, to live here, to our leaders, Kwame Nkrumah and many others, supported ANC leadership and so on with resources, with education, with support of all kinds, just to make sure that it will get to this point where there was African liberation. But the truth is that structurally, after the independence of 94, the economic power still remained with the minority white population. So it's true that the blacks were now in charge of their own destiny, but they were in charge of a destiny where you didn't have what it took to actualize your dreams. In fact, Louis Farrakhan also has a very famous quote where he talked about the fact that racism without economic power is basically a wish, because you can't put it into practice. You can't put it into effect. You can't actualize it very well if you don't have the resources. But when somebody is racist and they have what it takes to squeeze you, then you will feel the real pinch. And that's at the base of what's happening in South Africa. The xenophobic attacks are driven by the fact that other black Africans, in this case South Africans, feel that other Africans are coming for their jobs and they don't have economic power.
Do they feel, but that's reality, or that's the reality?
Well, it is a reality to the extent, because the same way that there are jobs for them to do is the same way that somebody will leave Ghana to South Africa to go and work, because we know that the South African economy is a much bigger economy. In fact, in Africa, that is the #1 economy, right? So people will move from Ghana there. Just like today in Ghana, we see people from the Sahel standing by the road begging. Why are they in Ghana? They're in Ghana because we have a better environment, economically, socially, politically, and all of that. So they would rather leave their country and come here. The same way, somebody will leave Ghana to South Africa for an opportunity. So why the attacks against Africans who are going through that process? If they've applied for their visas, they received it, they will apply for permits, and they have it, and they are working. It is just like South Africans working in Ghana. We've been talking about gold fields, mining gold in Ghana. That's a big multinational company from South Africa. There are many brands from South Africa that are operating in Ghana. We know of, the various malls, the anchor tenants for the biggest malls in Ghana, South African brands. Accra Mall, West Hill Mall, the anchor tenants were South Africans for many years. So the solution is not the xenophobic attacks. That is not what South Africans should use as the approach to dealing with the issue. At the end of the day, they have every means to advocate their position that if you are a non-South African and you don't have a permit to work in South Africa, you shouldn't be allowed to work in South Africa.
But one of the Ghanaian citizens in a conversation with the minister said that for those who have even gone through all the legal processes, even that their shops have been closed, or they all of a sudden say that the legal route that they use are still artificial or they're illegal. So does it even matter if you have the appropriate documents and stuff to work?
It should matter, because if you've gone through the appropriate means to get your documents, or you have a legal document which allows you to work, the solution for a regular South African is not to go and close the person's shop. What you do is to advocate for change, for your government to change the rules or change the law or limits, but not to violently attack somebody who's working in their shop, close it down, and so on and so forth. So it's one of those situations that should not be taken lightly.
Yeah.
We've seen, people are signing up to come back home. I know some of them may be illegal and they may not have the means to come, so they are taking this opportunity to come back home. And it's good. We will be glad to welcome them because they are Ghanaian citizens. Last time we talked about how Americans don't leave any man behind.
Yeah.
We are also doing our version of it. We obviously don't have the resources of the US, but clearly we cannot leave our citizens in South Africa to continue to go through this treatment unless there's a permanent solution. And I'm glad that Ghana has also formally raised a petition against the South African state at the African Union, because it has to be dealt with, it has to be addressed. A resolution must become, otherwise it will continue. And I'm glad that we are here today. we are looking forward to receiving our fellow citizens.
Family members are going to be at the airport taking delivery of their
27th, which is just 2 days from today.
Okay. Well, let me come to you, Vicky, before I come to Honorable. Maybe, Olom, today is your birthday. The AU probably listen to you. You have special... email or write them a letter or say it on Joy News. Maybe don't listen. But, Vicky, this brings to home a much more deeper conversation, right? I know that people will have the appetite to travel all the time. You always have the perception, whether it's true or not, that the pasture is greener on the other side. So you probably want to travel and go. That's that appetite since history. But it brings to the fore, if 800 people out of the many Ghanaians in South Africa are willing to come home, because some say that, if you follow the story carefully, one lady who was quite emotional says that, well, if why she went there did not even materialize, so she would come home. What is giving the appetite for people to want to travel outside the country with the impression that the grass is greener on the other side? Why?
I think, it's the emotional state of many young Africans, Ghanaians included, today. The pressures driving migration, the growing strain on this Pan-African dream, and it's still a dream, unfortunately. I think there's a deep and uncomfortable reality that a lot of young Africans no longer believe that there's sufficient opportunity for them in their countries. And Ghanaians, some Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians, young Ghanaians believe that too. And that's why often you find some of our young people remaining in difficult and sometimes very hostile environments abroad. So when some of them express frustration and hopelessness, we should not dismiss these as simply them expressing emotions in a difficult situation, because I think it reflects a wider crisis of economic confidence affecting many young people in the country and across the continent. For me, I think what makes this situation emotionally painful for us, for many Africans, especially Ghanaians, is the history behind our relationship with South Africa. Because, as Lom said, we were part of the broader African struggle against apartheid. Under Nkrumah, we stood firmly for African liberation and solidarity. And across the continent, South Africa's freedom, when it finally arrived, was celebrated not just as a South African victory, but as an African victory. So today, when Africans experience xenophobic hostility in the same country that they stood to liberate, it creates a deep emotional disappointment and pain. Because the whole point of this Pan-Africanism dream was that Africans will see each other as partners, brothers, sisters, whatever, in a shared destiny. Not just as enemies competing for survival. I mean, some of these guys are wearing their traditional war outfits, So it's like declaring war on fellow Africans. So for me, this issue goes beyond diplomacy. I mean, I'm happy that a formal complaint has been filed with the AU by our foreign minister. I think, Nkrumah supported these liberation movements and even advocated sanctions, mobilized African solidarity on the continent, and actually positioned Ghana as a continental voice against apartheid. I mean, we were very visible in that fight. And Africans marched, they protested, they mobilized, they sacrificed for the freedom of this same South Africa. I mean, when I was in Wesley Girls, we had some South African kids there, and today we feel unsafe. Our people feel unsafe. So for me, there's also an irony here because we are simultaneously trying to build this African continental free trade area, and ironically, the headquarters is right here in Ghana. And the entire philosophy, behind this AFCFTA is deeper than is deeper African integration. Free movements of goods, free movements of services, free movements of investments, free movements of businesses, and ultimately free movements of people. And South Africa has signed and ratified the AFCFTA. You know, so, but economic integration, the economic integration that we are all seeking in Africa, and it has to happen, otherwise we'll continue to remain fragmented. For small countries, maybe one or two like Nigeria, huge, but overall, small little pockets of countries, all kind of just there, not really achieving much. Economic integration can succeed where you have social hostility. You can't build a truly integrated continental market when Africans are fearful of one another and declaring war on each other, because trade integration is not just about tariffs and customs protocols. You need social trust, mobility, safety, and a shared sense of continental identity. We don't have that. Because look, even moving from one country to the other is not easy. You know, so until we sort those things, I mean, we have real issues to sort out in Africa. And so this kind of xenophobic violence directly undermines the psychological foundation of the AFCFTA itself. So for me, it's something that we have to look at. However, as painful as the situation is, it's important for us also not to inflame tensions against all South Africans. There are some who don't actually subscribe to what's going on here.
Yeah.
Pan-African solidarity was tested and stretched during apartheid. And sadly, I feel that it is being tested again. We fought together for liberation. We can't turn on one another. And I feel that the pain here is both a historical one and a political one. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Should people just stay in Ghana? Like, should you just stay? Don't travel. There's hope in Ghana. Do you see any hope?
You have to travel just to broaden your horizons, just as people come here to broaden theirs.
Yeah.
You can't remain parochial because the world is a global village.
Yeah.
And look at the EU. Since they got integrated, look how far they've developed. I mean, there were countries in the EU before they joined the EU who had outside toilets, just like Ghana, and villages here. Some of these Eastern European countries, you know?
Yeah.
And that economic integration has brought them up, increased their GDP, et cetera, et cetera. So that African integration, this Pan-African dream, has to be realized for Africans to gain the respect globally that we deserve. Otherwise, as I said, we'll remain small parochial states just making noise about nothing and running. You see qualified professionals going to do cleaning jobs in these countries and being treated as if they are nothing. Meanwhile, these are people with degrees, you know, and why, you know, we have to ask ourselves, why should someone who has a degree, probably a master's, go and choose to go outside this country to go and be an Uber driver in London or something?
I know the answer, but I won't say it.
You know.
I know the answer, but I won't say it. But Honorable, let me come to you. And in answering your question, I want your honest reaction to the call by a minority saying that the government's handling of the situation is not impressive. Daily Guide reported it. We also have reported it largely, that it looks as if the minority in Parliament is not happy so far with the way the ministry is handling. How would it look like? What would you say would have been
when I had the topics and I went deeper into the stories that you're giving to us, before I respond to the minority position of this matter, I think that the foreign minister should have taken his time a bit. Because as we speak now, Vicky, there are some of these Ghanaians who are staying beyond Pretoria and Johannesburg. Having access to even public transport, to come to the embassy, to come and register.
They're scared.
It's a problem.
Yeah, they're scared.
I went through. So how do you reach these people? And that is why, Fuseni, I'm blaming the South African government for not being proactive.
They are part of the thing. Why
would
they be proactive?
Cyril Ramaphosa has disappointed some of us.
Has he made a formal statement?
I don't even know.
He has. I brought it to the news.
I don't know.
To them and he responded.
You see?
He has said positive stuff.
You see, the South African government has not been up and doing in trying to hold on. You see police, when our Ghanaians have been beaten, they stand aloof and watch.
Yeah.
They stand and watch and see how these foreigners are being beaten. Like Vicky said, they are wearing their old war dress. Fighting your own fellow black.
Taking over businesses, that's appropriation. Supported by the state.
You see, when we're growing up, you see from the 37 Shell, heading towards the airport, where the foreign ministry is now. That's where we have international students hostel.
Yes.
That place.
That
was where they have the international students hostel.
Where the foreign ministry is.
So I'm asking myself, these South Africans, don't they know the contribution of us? If I say, as everybody in Africa contributed to make sure what you are today.
People sacrifice.
They give you money, they give you scholarships, they give you passports.
Free education.
To travel around.
Safe haven.
As at that time.
Safe haven for when they were being.
They gave them passport to move around this African continent. Look at what they are doing. And the South African government
is not being told enough.
South African government are watching this, beating our people.
Terrible.
I will support President Mahama that next year the license of that South African company should never be renewed. Their license.
They are struggling.
Now their government, they are telling their president to come and talk to Rama. Who also organized demonstration here? Me, I'll organize one-man demonstration.
Honorable, I will support you.
I will go to the presidency and hold the placards. Don't renew the license of this South African mine. Why? What is happening?
They are not feeling the punitive
what is happening?
Action enough.
So now expropriation is going in. Expropriation is going in because when you drive these people out, you take over their business.
People are trying to hand over their businesses and negotiating something for it. I mean, what is that?
So the point is
very serious.
Even people who have legal legitimacy to stay in South Africa, they've not been thrown out. They've cancelled them. So why are we doing this to ourselves? That is why I'm saying that the minority is saying that, look, the foreign ministry must be up and doing. They must go beyond Pretoria and Joburg. Wherever Ghanaians are, they should go and look for their people. America will never leave their citizens anywhere.
Never.
So long as they are in a dilemma,
even
when you are dead, they will carry your house and bring you home.
Even citizens,
They will carry you home. So I really agree to what the minority is doing.
That the foreign ministry and Ghana is not too white.
Say again?
America and Ghana.
But your citizens.
Your citizens are your citizens.
But that's it. You see the foreign minister, he has the desire, but when
you pay every constituency, you pay them 20,000 every 20,000 cities every month. And 276 constituencies is 55 point something million.
That one, don't you plan for it?
What are you saying? They should use emergency. They have national security budget. They should use the national security budget to go and bring our people home. They should use our national security money unaccounted for. They should use those money and bring our people home. But I still want to stress, Emefa, I'm so worried, just like all of us sitting here, that President Mahama should never ever renew that South African license mining to them. Just like today, Ibrahim is mining the Damang, what do you call it? They should find a Ghanaian and give it to him. Magdan is mining salt in Adan. They should give it to him to go and mine, look for money, and go and mine those mines. Those South Africans should go again. You see, when I studied trade investment in Gimba, your colleague Gave, he talks about this expropriation and the modes of industrialization and the regional integration, what they call it, is good because you tap talents, skills, and because Africa is a very big market, that is why AFTA is here, so we can trade among ourselves because the market is here. So if this is the conduct of South Africa, AU must begin to apply sanctions because South African government head by Ramaphosa is not doing what he's supposed to do as a leader. We must ban them from sports. We must ban them from what they call international conferences.
They want to host the
you understand?
2028.
We shouldn't give it to them.
For them to go and beat people there.
We shouldn't give it to them.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm sharing my ideas.
Do you hear Vicky?
AU president must move immediately.
Yeah.
They must suspend South Africa from AU.
Yeah.
Sports, they must suspend them. Any international conferences must not be part of them. When we begin to apply these sanctions, that is where they'll sit down. They'll begin to sit down. What is happening? Beating your own fellow blacks.
Who helped to liberate you?
Do you have to contribute to your...
Do they not know their own history? Some of these people.
Are we telling our story enough? Are we telling
we are not. We never do.
South African
seems,
we don't write enough.
Most of us don't know the South Africans we are dealing with. That is the problem. Honorable,
have you landed? Should I come to?
I'm almost landing when the... I've been there twice.
Oh, okay.
When I was a deputy minister, I attended a conference in Joburg on transport. Then I passed there through to Zimbabwe, another intermodal transport system conference in Africa and all that. And for me, I think that this attack that they applied, even the event you're playing, you went on those who made you going through all these things. But the election of Mandela really put off all these things because people thought that the way they treated him and put him in prison for 26 years is coming with some vendetta against the whites. But he said, look, let's bury all these things and come together and build South Africa.
He didn't bury it, he suppressed it.
You understand? So clearly, that was where he was coming from. And for you not knowing your history, how you were supported by other Africans around you, and you are treating it like this, I don't think it's fair. They've treated us well. And again, our Ghanaians living beyond Joburg and Pretoria and the big cities, our foreign ministry, the High Commission must go and look for our people. If it means they'll provide them transport to bring them to the High Commission to come and register, it is fair. Because people are slowly dying because they cannot come out.
Okay. I like to think you have landed safely.
Safely.
Okay, Honorable.
I've landed safely. But the mind should not be, the lands should not be ready to them.
Emefa, you see, the truth of the matter is that we are dealing with the South Africans as if this is the first time they are doing this. This is not the first time. In fact, it was worse in 2008 and 2015. 2008 and, in fact, 2015, they even killed people through those attacks. You see, this particular Durban, which is the epicenter of this current violence, was declared by the mayor himself. Yes. No, it was the mayor who actually declared that thing. It wasn't just the citizens rising. No, the mayor is part of it.
Mayor of which
Durban.
town? Oh, of Durban.
Yes.
Wow.
Is it Cyril Zaba or something?
That's why I'm calling
it. You see,
it
unfortunately for us, some of these politicians thrive on these things to national recognition. That's what they do. They lead protests. You see, South Africa is such a way that if you are like an activist, you gain national prominence. So Mandela, Malema, and the rest. Yes, so they believe this is one of the ways of gaining
stardom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And over the years, yes, I agree with you. We have to blame AU for also treating South Africa with kid's glove. Because over the year, they've done this thing and gotten away with it. When was the last time South Africa was punished because of xenophobic attacks? Nothing happens to them. Last time I was telling my boss, Madam Ruth Sedo, Madam, we control about 150,000 students. All of them receive their allowances through Momo. One fiat, we can just stop all of them from using MTN. Just like that. Oh, Honorable, please, you know some of these things, they are policy issues. I say, that is why you are the boss. Imagine if I was the one. Like, just like that.
Sharp.
Because we are not panic. Ramaphosa is a major shareholder in MTN.
Yes.
Is he not?
Oh, yes.
So he's not feeling the thing. He's not feeling it, so he won't act.
How is that his business. You had Ghana Telecom. What did you do with it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's not feeling it personally, so he
corruption.
He doesn't mind. That's the problem.
We've had to depend on foreign.
So the issue here is that AU has looked on. They've done this thing. It has become a yearly, and like he's saying, it's a strategy to just take over businesses because South Africans by nature don't like creating business.
They'll collapse all those businesses.
They are like the only African nation receiving unemployment benefits.
I see.
So they sit at home. At the end of the year, they go and pay them, they go and drink with it, and that's all. In Ghana, when we're struggling with COVID, during the lockdown in Accra, when they opened the lockdown, people rushed to the malls. What were Ghanaians chasing? Rice, cooking oil, and the rest. When they opened them up in South Africa, the queues were going to the alcohol bars. It tells you the difference.
The weather.
Durban does not get snow.
It's not cold. It's not cold there.
So for me, yes, I agree with Honorable Titles that Africans, yes, Tanzania is taking the lead. Also trying to cut some of the things they give to them. The whole of Africa should also take it up. Yes, because strategically they do these things. A lot of foreigners flee, then they take over their businesses.
Okay.
So you go a South African who knows next to nothing about a media house like multimedia, because he has chased out Kwesi Chum, he takes over. Then he'll be there and be drinking and people will be bringing money to him. At the end of the day, they will collapse it, and then somebody will go back and revive it again. Then they will watch. Once the thing takes up and is going, then they go back again. So it's not just a so-called psychological misidentity or something they are suffering from. It's also a criminal venture to take over people's businesses.
Okay.
Hidden within that particular act.
Well, I remember last year there was a minister of tourism or so from South Africa trying to encourage Ghanaians to come there.
Yes.
Remember that woman?
Yes, the ambassador to Ghana. Yes,
was it the ambassador?
Lovely. Yeah, she always wanted that.
You see,
she wanted that kind of.
Yes.
Shah Hills here, we're training Mandela and his rebels here.
Yeah.
Yes. Those dissidents who were fighting the apartheid, we're training them.
Ghana really played a part too.
And that's why I keep asking that.
We're training them here.
You're not telling your stories enough. So.
Rollins those days gave them those days so $1 million to go and fight apartheid. People who did personal contribution didn't come in.
Okay.
So it's not as if I think they were liberated politically, but psychologically they were not liberated.
Even now.
Yes, that's the point. Because you saw some videos where they charged they were coming. There was a white man who was walking casually. The protesters were holding the stick behind him until he turned back, saw what they were doing, and then he decided to just go his way. And they couldn't even push him.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not a foreigner.
Emefa.
Talking about mental, let me just read this comment for Professor Douglas.
Before you go to your story, we need to take a position on this matter here. In terms of sanctioning, and today being African Union's Day, which coincides with Lom's birthday, we need to come up with a resolution in terms of sanctioning South Africa and this xenophobic attack on fellow blacks.
But for laws, Lom, will any sanction be very implementable?
If the AU is sleeping, we need to wake them up.
It should be.
If the AU is sleeping, we need to wake them up.
Before we wake them up, let's find out even if their sanctions is implementable. Like,
why not? And I gave you clues.
Of course.
I gave you clues. Sports is a very powerful weapon. When the apartheid was very up there, they were not part of our games in Africa.
Yeah.
They were not part of us. So to start with this, what do you call it, Cup of Nations, can 2000 or whatever, 2027 or 2028, the African Union, the CAF, should suspend South Africa with these xenophobic attacks. That's number one. All conferences in AU, they should suspend them. Even within the South African zone, Namibia, South Africa, Swaziland, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, they have a zone. They should suspend them. Okay. And President Mama should not renew the license of their mining company and let them get the feel of it.
So
that should be the steps.
I have gotten a lot of people saying that it should be retaliatory. Many of us have said that it's not the way.
That's the Nigerian way.
That's the Nigerian way. But I mean, once you're at it, I see Lom shaking his head, shaking his head.
Because you see, the foreign minister has already filed a petition. It's not only Ghanaians who are being affected by this.
It's Africans.
Yeah. All Africans.
Yeah.
It's not, in fact, the Nigerians are even worse than us. Because if they are, for every one Ghanaian in South Africa, there are about 10 Nigerians. So they have a major problem. And it's not only them, Zimbabwe. I mean, like I said, South Africa has been a hub for us because it is the biggest economy in Africa. It is the abrochet in Africa, literally. So that is the truth. Now, if we are all doing the same thing, we have to differentiate ourselves from them, which is why let's use a coordinated route. For example, ECOWAS, you take a resolution and then you take steps that are en bloc. The entire bloc are saying, from today, this is what we are doing about South Africa. As you said, sports, and trade, dealings with their business. Yes, that kind of coordinated thing, rather than, let's say, Ghana, every country doing their unique things. It will be haphazard.
But the money is here, so who can take it upon itself?
Yes, but you see,
the last time I checked, a mining concession was given to a Ghanaian, and it also came up on the base of the table here. But that one I'm thinking aloud. Don't look at me like that.
That's a question about
that was a different investment.
The legality.
Yes, that's a question.
Two legs of the legality, and then I'll read Professor Douglas Boaten's comment on this, and we'll move to the 6,000 people who have failed the security service medicals over drugs and mental health issues. We'll go there. So the legality, two legs. Sanctions by the AU, and this is just a junior student of international law. I'm just asking.
Not only AU.
Then even for the people who lived there, the Ghanaians who live there, who say that they have genuine business going, but they want to come home. Can they be able to use legal routes to be able to recoup?
Absolutely.
And okay.
Absolutely. And Vicky and Honorable Titus made allusions to that. It's expropriation. Essentially, what they've done is that they've taking their business interests over. And that is a value. You can value it. They know what businesses they've been doing. They know their annual filings over some periods. It can be valued and they can be paid for it. And I'm sure, in fact, South Africa, their constitutional court is even more progressive than most African countries in terms of the kind of rulings they give out. So I will not be surprised that any attempt to enforce expropriation laws in South Africa will yield positive judgments for Ghanaians and other nationals. So they can use that route. The sanctions route is always available under international law. AU can do it, ECOWAS can do it, Ghana as a country can
also take their...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which one do you advise first? Internal sanctions first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because right now we're already taking steps to bring our people back. We are spending money to do so, and as you can see, it's in batches. Obviously means that we don't have the resources to bring them together at once, coordination. We are talking about people who are far from Pretoria and all of that. So yes, absolutely, Ghana should consider.
So this is a contribution by Professor Douglas Boaten. Says that this is quite an inconvenient truth. Poverty is becoming Africa's most dangerous border. One, he says that what's happening in South Africa is unfortunate and concerning, but having lived there for over 26 years, I believe isolated incidents should not distract us from the dream of African unity. The harder truth is that poverty across many African countries is reaching dangerous levels. We've seen this before. The tensions between Ghana and Nigeria in past decades did not solve the problem. Poverty remained while frustration shifted. We cannot preach Pan-Africanism while poverty fuels division. The answer lies in industrialization, job creation, and shared prosperity. A divided Africa weakens Africa. The Africa we want is in our own hands. Two wrongs does not make a right. We must tackle the root cause rather than retaliating it. And this message is from Engineer Professor Douglas Boaten. Let's go to another worrying issue. So the Interior Minister says that over 100,000 people who went through the medicals. Now, we have about 4,000 of those applicants having failed because of drug tests. Then 2,000 of those were also disqualified based on mental health grounds. 100,000 people that applied, medical tests too. That you have a greater number of them failing. And yeah, I like because you're smiling. Let me start with you.
Emefa, I think some of my mates at College of Health have been blaming me that once upon a time in school, I was one of the top students in health promotion.
Okay.
And then they don't see me do that of late, so I think I have to be giving some of those little educations. Emefa, do you know that?
Just respectfully, let me just read this comment that Akufo-Addo sent earlier on this SHS that we were, just so I don't miss it. Good morning. We need behavioral and mindset change in our school curriculum. Honorable Hobson, I've seen your message and I've read it. Thank you for contributing. Yeah.
Emefa, do you know that the meat that we consume, a lot of Ghanaians now, I even see that we import offals. Offals, yemadie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we import offals now.
Yes.
Do you know that?
Yes,
offals, even bone marrow and the brain contains the highest amount of fat of the animal.
The bone that would...
Yes.
That's my favorite part of the...
That is the most dangerous part of the meat. Yes.
Really?
It contains about 80% fat.
Cholesterol.
Yeah. Bad fat. And then the thing we call towel and then the intestines, they are the worst offenders.
That one, what is inside?
Fat. That is where most of the fats are also deposited.
Like as in yemadie, shaki, towel.
Yes.
Oh, when I cook it, I don't see fat. It's hidden. Or what? Wow.
Yeah, seriously.
People will not be happy with you this morning.
Well, that is why I said it's a painful truth. I need to tell them. It's a painful truth because most of the bad fat is stored in those places.
Okay.
You know the muscles are always active. So you don't get the bad fat remaining so much in the muscles.
Okay.
But then the brain, the intestines, those guys are always relaxing. And the bone is the production hub of the blood. So it needs a lot of fat to protect it.
And all of this affects our mental health?
So you are talking about health. Mental health mostly deals with a lot of the things we take of late, and then maybe behavioral issues, psychological issues are parts. But mental health in young adults, especially the youth, yes, depression, dementia is not part of we the youth, our problem, because dementia and delirium comes with age. But depression, through broken heart, yes, a lot can happen.
That one is real. It's a real.
So depression can happen a lot.
Will you believe me that I have broken heart? If I told you that I am broken hearted, would you be? Oh no, but why have you?
Right now, or in the past?
It's not written.
Maybe financial broken heart.
No. My heart, you don't believe it. This is when the mental health starts. When our profiles that you can't have a broken heart. Anyway, proceed.
So when it comes to mental health, especially among the youth, like I said, it has to do with maybe depression, and then some can also be due to cardiovascular issues. It will shock you that now, that's why I was talking about the fatty things. Because now, previously, hypertension, high blood pressure, those things, stroke, and all those things, we see it among, in fact, those who are old, aged, and advanced. Now, people even with about 18, 17, some even 16, you see BP in their life. What is causing that? Diet and the sort of things we take, especially the concoctions. So, unfortunately for us, it comes back to our schools again. Now, schools are just learn, pass, chew, pour, pass, and go. Go and live your life. So, psychological evaluations, even in our schools now, no more. Especially the tertiary schools where we are being prepared for the job market.
So you're not surprised at the share number, the 2,000?
The share number, if you like, let them trace that mental health issue. It's not like like they are a psychiatric case, no. Psychiatric case means your cognition is gone. So that is when you become a psychiatric case. But there are people who are dealing with depression, they don't even know. There are people who are dealing with anger issues, they don't even know.
But let me draw your attention, and I'll come to you shortly. So I'm not getting your job. If you sample a lot of the people that want to secure a job at the security agencies, I wouldn't be surprised that most of them have mental issues, because a great number of them said they've been unemployed for years. Yeah. They're home.
So that is depression and frustration.
Yeah, does it find expression under mental health?
For me, I would have been very happy if
they categorized
yes, that this particular mental health that we are dealing with. You see, you can't take somebody who is mentally unstable into the security service.
Of course not.
No. So depression, you are out, because depression can lead to suicide.
What if I get the job and now I'm not depressed? Because
so they will detect the symptoms before you go.
That's what I'm saying. But if you give me the job, then I won't be depressed anymore.
No, because once
it stays there, with you.
Yes, if you take the person to training, it will reflect.
Okay.
So for me, they should help us because 100,000 and 6,000, that is huge. That is huge. That is about 6 or something percent.
Drug abuse?
Come again?
There's the number of 4,000 out of the 6,000.
That is why I say the drug abuse is the things we take. The tramol, and sincerely speaking, how do we call it? My Ministry of Youth, did a survey.
Yeah.
And Emefa, it will shock you the number of people in our tertiary institutions who are exposed to one form of drug or the other.
Yeah.
It's not like 40%, 45%. We are talking in the region of like 75%.
Yeah.
In our tertiary institutions, so they are exposed to one form of drug or the other. It's not just weed, it's not just tramol, it's not just other barbiturates or the other, even some are even abusing, how do we call it, analgesics, how do you call that, painkillers.
Yeah, okay.
So that is the situation and once you go for some of these trainings, it will show. And some of them too, because of the rigorous nature of the trainings, the recruitment process, some of them take performance-enhancing drugs.
So that they can
qualify.
Oh.
Once you take the performance-enhancing drug to qualify, especially for the military and the police, you qualify, don't worry, you qualify, but the medical screening will expose you.
Maybe they don't know. Is this information?
No, some of them stays in your blood for like 6 months.
Okay.
They don't know.
Okay. Okay, well, Honorable, it's quite worrying. 4,000 drug-related issues, 2,000 mental health. Some people will say that those who are on the drugs already have the mental health issues. They're using the drugs as coping mechanism. And I know this because we have done a whole national dialogue on substance abuse that was triggered by a story by my colleague Nana Boachi-Yadom in the Ashanti region. So we know that the people dealing with all kinds of things and then they cope with it. Are you surprised at the numbers? And, well, let me hear you.
Thank you very much. I think that in as much as some of these youths are being frustrated in terms of job search, some may find themselves in these drug abuse and all that. And part of the screening process is the fact that medically you need to be assessed to know whether you are fit or not, so that you don't become not a liability, but become a threat to your own life and the military institution itself. So it's important that medically we try to find out what is really worrying these young guys who want to join into the armed forces and all that. My fear is about the numbers, whether genuinely all these people are drug abuse. That is my fear. Or in a way we want to disqualify some people and get them off there and what do you want.
Is it something that a government can do? Are you inviting me to look deeper?
So okay. When you ask me some of these questions, it's very difficult to respond. So my question is, it should not be a situation because from day one, most of us have criticized the fact that they knew the numbers availability to admit these young guys into the security services. Only few. The space is few. And meanwhile, you open up the application and there were 500,000. Now the national chairman of the NDC is saying that who is going to arrest the thieves? When you knew that your limited number is 5,000, you know, when you add all the police, the military, and the prisons and what, maybe about 20,000. Meanwhile, about together, so much. And they've been bashed because of the application and the monies they've collected from these innocent applicants.
But imagine they didn't open it up largely and this sheer number of people testing positive for drugs and mental health.
I think that
how would they mitigate the gap?
Caveats on that application. And look, we have only limited number. And those who can afford can apply. So when you commit yourself, it does become the problem of the institution.
Is that not taken as granted?
What I mean is that we have only maybe 10,000 space. Those who want to apply and they wish to want to apply and try their luck, fine.
That's what has happened.
That is always the case.
You understand?
Yeah, that's always the case.
Is that what is there?
That is always
No, they have not put any caveat there.
For example, I didn't apply because I know I don't qualify.
But they didn't put that condition there that, look, we have limited space, so if you like, apply. If you like, don't apply. That was not given.
But is there any application that is unlimited?
We need to let the people know.
Okay.
Because these are young guys who want jobs. And white-collar jobs are non-existent. And they feel that, look, the only avenue we have now is maybe in the security services. Because they can take large sums of people. You understand? But because that condition has not been spelled out, has not been given, if I see that, why should I go and apply? The space is only limited. Then you take about 500,000 applications. So is it a way of trying to...
What if I have confidence in myself that I'll make it to the 500?
Fine. That is individual decision.
All right.
So it is also a concern that we need to assess them medically. Because you are not careful, you'll be running, you fall down, you can die. BP is killing people slowly every day. I've got good friends who have just died just like that. They slept and they didn't wake up again.
That's sad.
Because they are not taking their medications regularly, religiously. So please, this is very scary. And that's 6,000 people who have been disqualified. They should go it again. They should do it again. They should go in.
They should stop their drugs. Wait for it to get out.
No, that's for the attitude. The youth is an individual decision. They should better stop it.
Okay.
They should stop it. If you want to go into the armed forces, you should know very well that your urine and your blood can be tested.
It will.
And what is said, if you're on drugs, it's in the blood, it's in the urine for a couple of time. Sometimes 3 months, sometimes 6 months. It can be there. You don't know. Okay. So if you know you want to go to the armed forces, please stay away.
Honorable has advised you. Vicky, let me hear you.
I think it's a story that should both alarm us and wake us up at the same time. I'm glad that the government has shared the figures with us and they've made it public. I mean, as we are all saying, over 6,000 applicants failing medicals on the basis of drugs and mental health problems. I believe it's a national, I would describe it as a national public health warning.
Yeah.
And a national social pressure warning. You know, because it's about 6% out of the 100,000. And so what does this tell us? It tells us that beneath the surface of youth unemployment, I mean, we all bandy about that word, youth unemployment. But beneath the surface of youth unemployment and economic hardship, there's a growing crisis of substance abuse, psychological stress on the youth, and a lot of untreated, mental health problems. You know, and
not to cut you short, sorry, but the drug use, like Emefa rightly said, most of the drugs trigger mental health issues.
Yes.
Or the mental health.
Or the other way around. Both ways. Yeah. So these are things that are simmering beneath the statistics. Oh, youth unemployment, blah, blah, blah. And for me, the scale is very alarming because it reveals a deeper crisis in our society. If over 4,000 youth are failing drug tests this suggests that we may actually be underestimating this substance abuse, the tramadol misuse. You know, we've seen there are various versions of it, the red and the zombie, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Cannabis use, and the Ghana cannabis I hear is on a different scale. The thing that makes you high. You know, you may be comfortably smoking somewhere in England or somewhere, but when you come to Ghana and you make the mistake of smoking the same, it could turn your head. And then there are these synthetic drugs as well, you know, which are also circulating in the system. And dependency issues.
The young ladies too are now being so much exposed to shisha.
Yes, there's also...
You believe the craze for it?
Yes, there are also the shisha lounges everywhere.
Can you imagine?
You know. And so for me, all these things tie into unemployment, the feeling of hopelessness. A lot of young people don't have any hope anymore. I mean, you can see it in their eyes when you're talking, if you interact with a lot of the youth. You know, social pressures, the online culture, betting addiction. Now, this is one of my bugbears. This betting thing, and I may be unpopular for saying it, but really it's become a menace in our society. In other countries, they are banning betting. In Ghana, we are saying, okay, you people, your nationals, protect them and bring all the betting things here. As for us, we will take them. You know, betting is this gambling is a serious addiction. It can become an addiction, and very quickly. And people don't even realize that you can have gambling addiction. Outside this country, in the more so-called advanced countries, you have the equivalent of Alcoholic Anonymous, Gambling Anonymous, and organizations that actually help to rehabilitate gamblers. We don't have anything like this here. So, and the other thing is the economic effects, the psychological, rather, effects of economic hardship. I believe that it's important that government, families, churches, schools, and civil society all pay attention to this problem. Because we can't afford our youth to get wasted. We just can't afford it. Because if thousands of applicants seeking stable state employment are failing drug and mental health checks, then the real numbers outside the recruitment pool may be, sky high.
Yeah.
You know, because here we are just looking at 100,000 people.
Sure.
So what's happening in the world? There are 32 million people here, give or take. Maybe half of that are adults, you know. And I want to also say something about the mental health aspects. We have to handle that carefully, show some compassion as well, and not write them off as, oh, these are mad people. You know, there's a spectrum.
Yeah.
There's a spectrum of mental health. But in Ghana, unless you are literally walking naked in the streets, people don't realize that you may have some serious mental health. Look, you can have mental health issues and work in a bank, in a law firm, whatever. But you may still not be suitable for frontline security operations because you are carrying weapons and the like. You know, so I think that we need to invest more in mental health care, in counseling and early interventions.
Okay. Let me give the rest of the minutes to Lom. Hear you on this matter.
Yeah, it's a worrying information that has come out from the government. It is not also surprising because we also know that apart from the Interior Ministry revealing this to us, the Ministry of Youth Development has also had a major campaign, you know, dealing with drug abuse among the youth and so on. It's not surprising at all. And this trend is also not just a Ghana trend. It seems to be the case in many other countries among younger people. For me, those who have been identified through this process should be, perhaps facilities should be made available to them to support them because, you know, especially with the mental health aspect, you could have it and not know that you have it because these are functional people who can go and come about, do their business. So you can't tell on the face of it that you have something, but psychological screening will reveal it. As for those who are taking drugs and so on, they know what they are doing. This shouldn't be a surprise to them. But perhaps they didn't think that, the medicals will cover that, which is also strange to me to expect that.
You get up and go
and do security and screening, your blood will be taken, and then you think that it will not be found out. I really don't know who is advising.
Maybe they drank a lot of water.
it will dilute everything. It will dilute everything. But
sincerely, not to hold brief for them, sincerely, most of them
only just 1 minute to wrap.
Sorry, most of them take performance enhancing, especially for the military.
Because they want to. Because they're physical, they have
to run around the park. So those things.
So they're trying to, yes. But anyway, so it's quite a sad information, and we should support them to deal with this matter. It is something that goes beyond just this recruitment, and obviously, I'm sure the Minister of Health and Ghana Health Service will be looking at a comprehensive solution for it to support what the Ministry of Youth is also doing.
Okay.
My last
All right,
bite.
so unfortunately, though, let me just take these messages first.
My last bite.
What's the bite?
President Mama should not renew the license.
Well, here is...
I will do my one-man show.
25th May. Lom, apparently you share the same birthday with Mr. Charles Akwa, retired GRA Chief Revenue Officer Akosua. You're 63 years today. Happy birthday to you. This is also a message from Rosa to you. A very happy birthday to my boss and mentor, Lom Nuku. Thank you for the guidance and encouragement always. May God bless you. And another one here says that today is your day, and regardless of the distance, silence, or misunderstanding, I couldn't let it pass without wishing you well. Life has a way of taking people through unexpected turns, but people still quietly remain important. I wish you peace in your hearts. This is coming from SL2 KK. I'm not sure who that person is, but a happy birthday to you, KK. And in just wrapping up on the news review, we have an exciting conversation coming up. But first of all, thank you so much, Lom. Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you so much, Honorable.
Thank you.
Medakpena mi kata bendia mi vanemia fonucho eniyo nana Ghana yinango.
You know my part is on voter region.
Stay there. Stay there. Thank you so much as well.
From us as National Service,
okay,
we'll be giving Lom 5 crates of eggs and then 3 breast chickens.
Happy birthday. Remember that Joy News made it possible. All right, so guys,
I think I should have got that rather than the happy birthday. I appreciated that too.
Vicky remembers. But Love, thank you so much. You're very kind of on the show. Thank you. Happy birthday to you. But okay, well, so the conversation on Ahanta Heritage Month is up next. And Kojo Brace, of course, the Ahanta man, is going to have a very good Ghanaian breakfast with the Honorable Member of Parliament for Ahanta West Constituency, Honorable Mavis Kukwa Bisu. You don't want to miss it. Please stay.
Hunter West has a great potential when it comes to tourism, and over the years it's been neglected. The Hunter West has been neglected. I'd say Hunter West is untouched or untapped, because when you go there, then you see these beautiful beaches, areas, sceneries, places that has been left and ignored and neglected. As a member of parliament for Hunter West constituency, I intend to make sure that everyone, the whole world, sees what we have in every way that I can. So this documentary is meant to go out there to bring investment. I pray that once this video gets out there, it would go very far for the whole world to see, and then they would come to invest in a Hunter West. People with more resources would come in to support and build companies, resorts, all sorts of investments that will generate jobs for the youth of a Hunter West. As part of my promises in the constituency, I intend to make sure that the youth are able to get jobs, or there will be job opportunities in the constituency for the youth to be able to cater for themselves and fend for themselves.
In a quiet town of Butry, Fort Bartenstein rests between river and sea, a place where history and nature exist in perfect harmony.
This July is Hunter Heritage Month. The maiden one happened last year, and we're having the second edition this year. I know it's going to be great, bigger this year, because there's a whole lot that is happening in this edition. It's all part of my way in promoting Hunter West. We're going to have the grand
for illustration of what we have in a Hunter, and I've been joined in the studio by the Member of Parliament, Honorable Mavis Kukwa Bisiu. Many of the in the Parliament, Bala Mavis Kukwa Bisiu studio Kebali and Unkomo. More it's about the Hunter Heritage Month, and now they call it the Go Hunter Heritage Month. Good morning to you. Yeah, and I make ever. Develop a code. Good. I'm good. Oh, lovely. This is the first time we're meeting on TV, right?
Yes.
How has it been? 1 year, 5 months in Parliament?
I think I should let you be the judge. And I'm a boy, so I don't judge you.
No, but I mean...
But so far, so good. It's not been easy as a first timer, but I think it's a process.
Okay.
It's a process where you learn, you obey, and then I think you pick new things, and then you build yourself up, and then build your constituency as well.
Okay.
Yes, so we'll get there.
Little by little. But maybe, I'm sure you've heard about the Otopo flooding, right?
Yes. Sadly.
You want to tell them something?
Yes, I even sent a video because since Friday I've been at the committee meeting. I'm on the Public Administration and State Interest Committee. So we've had meetings since Friday. We have about 170 agencies under that committee. So we keep meeting them, including Bank of Ghana and all that. So I was there when I heard that it happened. So I actually did a short video and sent it to Joe Slim for New Day TV to show it out there for me. So I'm really sad about it. It's unfortunate that this happened. For now, there's nothing that we can actually do. So moving forward, once it subsides or it goes down, hopefully we'll plan properly and sort it out. But I'm also appealing to this our galamseyers. I think we would say that it's not been like that previously or in the years that has passed. So this galamseying is contributing a whole lot to what is happening. And if we are not careful, this is probably just a warning. It's going to even take all over Hunter West, swallow Hunter West. So I'm begging them, we should just stop. There's another way of mining responsibly without messing our waters or our forests or things that are supposed to protect us. There's a good way of mining without destroying it. So if we don't stop, probably the next one is going to be even worse. So I'm just begging them. I'm sure since you are here, you also use this medium to appeal to them for them to stop. It's one eye in there. We can't destroy it.
I wonder why they do that without thinking about the repercussions on them.
That is it's education, isn't it? Because yes, there's gold there, we need to take it. But can we do it in a way that it doesn't destroy everything that we have? Now, when you are eating fish, you are scared. When you are eating vegetables, you are scared. When you are eating fruits, you are scared. But that is the very thing that is meant to give us good health. Now it's actually destroying our system. So I'm begging. We should actually stop, please.
So I saw Joe Slim on Saturday. It means that your information alerted him.
Yes. So I spoke with him when the water was getting to his neck and everything. I was with him. And I said, that's a dangerous job you guys are doing. But I think you need to let the information out there as well. So. Also, funny enough, the minister is from Western Region.
Yes.
That's a natural resource.
Exactly,
So what we are doing, we are disgracing him. Because it's a hard thing that he's doing. He has to see to the whole of Ghana, at least Western Region.
To help him.
Let's comport ourselves so that they can help him.
Okay. Now let's come back to our issue where we're here. Now, Go Hunter Heritage Month initiative. I saw a snippet of it last year. Why do you believe this is the right time to do this?
I believe it's the right time because I am here. Well, as you can see, there's a lot to a hunter that is untold, that people have not discovered. From our history, how we were involved in slavery, how the Akufo-Addo was killed, how his head was kept for over 100 years, the language not being taught in schools, going extinct, our children not paying attention to our history and all that, and these white people destroying our backgrounds and everything, messing it up, putting certain pillars in positions that would actually destroy us and not unite us. After careful research and going deeper, even before I became a member of parliament, I wanted to delve deep and see how best we can get a hunter out there. I think becoming a member of parliament, I have the opportunity to make sure it happens. So that is why I think it's time.
Now, many Ghanaians probably don't know a lot of the details about the history of a hunter. And the people like King Bedouinso II, who had his head beheaded and taken to Netherlands. What would you say would be their significance in this month? And what should people even know about Bedouinso, for example? I'm told that there is a unveiling of the statue.
Yes. That was meant to be a surprise for our people.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's out there now, but it's okay. We're going to unveil a bust.
Okay, bust, okay.
Of King Bedouinso. And before that, I think this weekend, I'm arranging meetings with our traditional councils and chiefs to actually go through the program with them, tell them what's going to happen. So once the unveiling is going to happen, we're going to do a candle procession to where the head is. Like,
where will it be?
I'm yet to speak to them.
It's a surprise.
Yes, it's a surprise, but now it's out. So I'm going to speak to the chiefs. I can't decide where we should put it, even though I have an idea where I want to put it. I just want to present it to them that this is where I think it should be. If they agree, we put it there. If not, and they choose somewhere else, we'll go and put it there. They are the elders of the land, so I have to respect that. But the bottom line is, in the end, we'll have the bust unveiled, and then we'll do our candlelight procession there, where we'll pour libations, pray, and then we'll finish the whole program. We'll end the program.
Okay. But why is it important for people to know stories like this, like that of Bedouinso II?
I think every town or country or culture is important. Once you don't have a culture, it's like you don't have an identity. And looking at Ghana's history, like I said, because it's been wiped away totally, I think it's about time for generation's sake, for our children that are coming now, for their children now, to be able to know what is happening. So it's important to me that we bring it out and make it part of our history. Probably start writing history books on it so that we can take it to schools for the children to read about it. Because I bet if you ask a child in a hunter right now who Bedouinso is, they'll probably tell you the one that just, but the second, nobody knows about it. So our history is actually good. So it's important we get into these things to bring that. It's very important to me that our generations to come, even now, would get to know what a hunter history is.
So what sort of message would you want the bust to send to future generations?
The bust is, because the idea is for them to have a pictorial view of who we're always discussing, because that is the only thing we have of him. Now, on the head that is at 37 looks a bit different because it's gone over 100 years. Now, this picture that we have of him is what one of these Dutch people drew of him when they were taking him away. So I can say that, it's probably a closer of him, that a picture of him that we have now. So it's for these generations to see who Bedouinso that we talk about, or we are going to be talking about, we are going to be writing history about, looks like. And then from there, Ali will also sink into their minds and their bloods, and they're there for them to grow up also telling the story of a hunter, not being quiet about it. Then recently, when these language issues come, you can see everybody on Facebook, TikTok is now talking a hunter, talking about a hunter, speaking a hunter. I think it's a good thing that is happening. We're going down, but now we are back up. A hunter is rising again.
So when I was in school, between 2010 and 2012, I was exposed to a research that spoke to the fact that our language was part of the few languages in Ghana that were going extinct. And that even prompted a few guys to then start to say, what can we do to save the language? And that led to the birth of even Radio Hunter, for example. Now, what would the Go Hunter Heritage Month try to do in terms of dealing with the language hunter?
As an MP, I started dealing with it already because, like you're saying, people have been trying to bring it out. And it's, I think, since 1975 or 76, thereabout, where a few men or strong men started putting this autography together. Up until now, they've not been able to actually send it out there until I came in. So once I got to know that there's a footprint or something, a foundation that we can work from, then why are we sitting on it? So then I took it from there and then started doing my research as well as to how we can finish it. So I got in touch with Winneba, and then I found out that they also wanted to do a research like that. So we came together, and then finally there's a program in Winneba right now that people who are there as I'm talking to that I'm sponsoring.
Okay.
So they are doing a hunter in MPhil and PhD.
Okay.
So that is one step. And then with Bureau of Ghana Languages, I also connected with them and realized that I can also work through them. They're actually more like a one-stop shop. They connect to NACA, they connect to WAEC, they connect to... So I ended up with them. And thank God we've been able to... They have approved their hunter language now, which is out there now. And the next step that I'm working with them on is to... they are developing the blueprint as to how the curriculum is going to flow into our schools. So that is where we are now. I just want to appreciate the people who actually started this project from the 70s, bringing out the autography. I think it's helped us to be able to finish it.
Yeah. When I read it, I read, I don't know if that is true, that a non-hunter was part of those who started this whole thing.
Yes, it's an Ewe man who actually started this thing. So it tells you that it's not just about where you come from. If you have the passion to do something, you should be able to do it.
Okay.
And I think history also, when you research deeper, you would also realize that, you know, those times when the Dutch came and they were just messing our whole place, terrorizing us, and some of the hunters flee, especially during the death of King Bedubunsu. Some went away, they actually ran. Some ended up in the Volta. Some also, recently I've just discovered that some ended up in Angola.
Okay.
So I'm trying to dig deeper into that one to find out which particular community has our hunters in Angola.
Okay.
So a whole lot happened at that time. So it's not surprising that an Ewe person is trying to, or tried to help do that for us. There's a link somewhere.
Yeah, it's encouraging. And Stephen told me there was an hunter community, I think in the Volta regional.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Yes, there's an hunter community.
Yeah, he mentioned it sometime. But several stakeholders will come up to make this a success. So what do you expect schools and young people to do? What roles do you expect them to play in making sure that Goa Hunter Heritage Month is successful?
Once such a thing comes up, as students, you're supposed to get involved. When there's an opportunity for you to read, read it. Don't just sit there and say, we don't know about it or something. This is opportunity for all children in a hunter was to get involved. Secondary schools, primary schools, books will be coming out, read it. Let's all be part of the Heritage Month. The teachers in a hunter, let's tell the story of a hunter, not just Bedubunsu, like a hunter in history in schools, even before books come out. Let's all come together and work to make sure the Heritage Month become a success. I am looking at a global thing. So as the national anthem in Ghana will say, we are all involved. A hunter, we are all involved. You are involved.
Exactly.
I am involved. The chiefs are involved. We should all come to the kids are involved. Teachers are involved. Pastors and bishops, they are all involved. It's not just my call or my fight to make sure this thing is global. We all have to come together and then put our word and our foot in our hands, everything, to make sure, all hands on deck, to make sure it's a success.
Okay. Now, when we spoke about the language, I wanted to ask, are they learning it in the schools now?
Yes.
Okay.
I started with, I think, a pilot scheme. So about 40 schools, including private schools. Because the private schools were even reaching out to me that they also want to be involved. So that is happening at the moment. There are teachers there teaching the kids. And the last time I went to distribute a few exercise books to the school, I realized that I intentionally wrote an Ahanta prayer at the back. And then I asked them to read. And then they actually read it.
Okay.
And I was so happy. So it tells me this pilot scheme that we are doing is actually working and is improving in the Hunter language. In the children are actually, they are even happy to learn it. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. There are kids in there.
But I haven't asked you about the lineup of activities in this
The Heritage Month.
And Hunter Heritage Month.
Okay, so it's just from the 1st July to the 31st of July. But from the 1st to the 19th, it's social media, you know, when I come and see you and then you bring me here and then the chiefs would be talking about it on radio, interviews. We have a committee in Ahanta as well. So they will be doing, as I'm talking to you, one of the members is going around, he has to go and interview the chiefs, their profiles, and then what they have to say about Ahanta itself. So that one is happening at the moment. So we'll be playing that through the Heritage Month and all that. Now, from the 21st of July to the 31st, actually the 27th, that is when we're actually going to put everything on grounds. The reason for the July is because the King Bedubunso II was killed in July, and on the 27th of July. So that is why we end it on the 27th. And then normally the Sporty Fest, which is a 3-day tournament, comes before the end. But because there's World Cup this year, the people that we are bringing to be part of the Sporty Fest, John Pento is the face of Sporty Fest, and he's going to be somewhere watching the tournament. I cannot cut him off that. So we have to make changes to suit the people that we are bringing in. So that is why it is at the end of the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what distinct feature about this year's event?
The 21st is the opening ceremony, where we are inviting everyone to come and be part. Where on the 21st, we would have historians tell the story of Bedubunso and others. We show documentaries of other heroes. Now, apart from King Bedubunso, the second that was taken, there were other 5 people that were taken with him. So we are yet, and that is a thing that I'm also going to push, yet to receive 5 scores from the Netherlands. So you can see how deep this thing goes. So it's all going to be told on the 21st. We're going to have a stage play, cultural performances, and the stage play is about the Bedubunso. If you know the Mansa Musa team, I think the Bamboo Production, Chief Moment, they are preparing as I'm talking to you. They've been to Ahanta once. They're going to go by the end of the month to do more scouting, and then the rehearsals will start. They have started their rehearsals, but they're going to include people of Ahanta as well. So after the program itself is going to start around 12 p.m. I wanted to start in the morning and then the stage play in the night. But thinking about the people that are going to travel probably from Accra to be part of it, if you tell them to wait and then maybe come back in the evening for the stage play, it's going to be a difficult thing. So now we're going to start probably around 12 p.m. And then once the opening ceremony is over, we'll continue with the stage play, because then we would have gotten into a little bit into the night. So we'll continue with the stage play to make sure that everyone is part of it. Hoping that once the stage play goes well, it will be something that will be shown. That's what I'm saying. I want this thing to go global. It will be taken to places for people to see and be part and watch it as well. So once it is done and it goes well, it will be a production that Ahanta, we will own it. So we will take it places for people to be watching it about our king. So that is the first day. And then we have lectures about the heroes of Ahanta. We have a quiz for the children. The finalists will come, and it's going to be about Ahanta history. We have a carnival between the Ankos and the Jankinus. So that is another story to tell because of Jean Kwao, who also comes from Ahanta and then ended up in the Bahamas. So the Bahamas, Jankinu, and the Ghana Ankos, they are the same. They actually came out of that. Recently, I went there to see them, and then there were conversations. So some of them will be coming, and so we're going to have a carnival. And then the important one that is going to end this whole program is the Chiefs Dialogue there, and the homecoming. So the Bahamians that are going to come, we're going to do a homecoming for them. We're going to have the Chiefs there, but the dialogue. And in the end, we'll unveil the bust, and then we'll end it there. And then the following weekend, we'll continue with the Sporty Fest. So it's a whole program for a week and some few days.
Someone says, good morning, Kojo. It's good watching you and Honorable Kukwa this morning on the AM show. It's kind of a relief to see a hunter being brought to the spotlight. When I sit down and look at a hunter and what I know about a hunter, we must pride ourselves and our heritage. None has been greater than a hunter. We'll continue to uplift a hunter in all aspects. God bless you both. So that's a message there from one of our people watching us now. But I heard about some summit as well, business summit that
yes,
be
so
part of this. Yeah.
There's going to be a business summit part of. So I would encourage all the businesses in Ahanta to be part of this business summit. So even if you are there and you want people to know what you do, it's the time to come and then advertise yourself. So we're going to give room for them to put their teardrops or other things that shows the business, and then they will explain some of the businesses and for people to know. I'd wish at least we would have some job opportunities there as well, because then they have to speak about what their employment history is about, so that some of our youth can also get jobs. Even though my main aim for this Heritage Month is also to promote tourism in Ahanta West and to create job opportunities, bring investors into Ahanta West, so that we can create our own jobs and then give job opportunities to the youth. The business part of this thing is also supposed to create jobs as well, and for people to sell their businesses and other things. We see what happens in Ko.
Yeah.
So one day maybe Ahanta will be another side or version of Ko, but Ahanta.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So in July, and it's good. There's no
so there's nothing. So in Easter they go to Ko. In July they come to Ahanta. I'm sure Ko started very small, and look at where it is now.
Yeah.
So one day I'm hoping that this business forum in Ahanta, part of the Heritage Month, will also grow, and in July people would also come to Ahanta, and then they would come and do their business over there.
How are you planning to leverage the fort and castles we have to draw businesses into Ahanta West?
I've been in contact with the Ghana museums. I've been, and sometimes they are even surprised that for the first time an MP is so passionate about what is happening there, and I'm actually giving them pressure. Now, we are trying to see how best we can sort our roads that leads to these forts, so that people would come. Now, actually, the Heritage Month has one day to do with tourism. So we take everybody out on tour to these forts, to the lighthouse, to areas that would entice them so that they can go and come back. Now, I'm hoping that when they get to this fort, they will hear the story, because normally when we talk about slavery, we only mention Cape Coast and Elmina. What about these forts? Because Ahanta was actually a hub for slavery, serious slavery, and it's not part of our history. Why is that? We talk about door of no return, but the question is, the people that got to where the door of no return is the Cape Coast, where did they come from? We don't tell about where we got them from before they got to Cape Coast. We don't talk about the resistance, Kimbedubu, so how he resisted. We don't talk about how other people also resisted. It sounds like they just came and they got us and they put us. So there's a whole lot to this slavery, to this thing. So I'm looking forward that what we have in Ahanta West, as in these forts, we bring people there. And these the people that actually built the forts, they need to get involved as well, so that if it's maintenance to keep people coming, it has to happen. So hoping that one day people will troop down there to come and listen to our story as well, our story, what happened with us when it comes to slavery. Like I said, 2 ships from Ahanta in Ghana ended up in the Bahamas that carried Ahantas in them. That is how come the Bahamians, they've linked their way to Ahanta.
Yeah.
So all these stories need to be told. And once people start trooping in there, we'll be able to tell them what actually happened in this fort. And it's going to be a good form of tourism as well, because they will come and listen, then know what actually happened in Ahanta with our forts. I'm also thinking that somebody will come and invest. There's all these forts, there's a sea in between. Sometimes traveling from one to the other takes longer. So you have to come from Cape 3 Point, and then probably you have to go through the rubber before you get to Princess Town and all that. So hopefully we'll have an investor who puts a boat on the sea and then it will link all this forth quickly, and then we'll do our tour, and then it's all part of what I'm praying for.
So are you working on the roads as we speak? Are the roads being worked on?
Yes, you can ask the road minister. I'm always with him. Even 3 days ago, I was with him. I actually put every road in Ahanta West on paper. I spoke to feeder roads. I got every road that is feeder road. I got every road that is highway. I got every road that is urban. And then I'm always on him. You can see I'm not the only person in Parliament. There are 100 and I don't want to tell the rest of us. Everybody wants road. But I am pushing from the point of tourism. I'm also pushing from the point that if somebody is traveling from Cape Town Point, if they are pregnant, they need to go have a child, and then the road is bad, it's probably they will die or they'll have their baby on the road. So that is the point I'm pushing for. Yes, everybody needs road, but mine is unique. So that in the end, we'll sort it out and then make sure we drive tourism to Ahanta.
All right. What legacy do you want to leave?
Sorry?
What legacy do you want to leave?
This is part of the Ahanta heritage, is part of my legacy. I want to leave a legacy where people would sit and know that now Ahanta has actually risen again. Ahanta has become what it used to be. We should be proud of Ahanta. And then once we are proud of Ahanta, people will think of me. So that is one of the legacies. The youth would have the opportunity to have jobs. That is a legacy I want to leave.
Coach Agaza, he says a long one, but our time is up, so I have to just summarize. He says he's a CAF license A coach living in Aguna.
What?
CAF license A coach living in Aguna. But anytime there's Spotify, he isn't invited. He wants to be invited into. So Coach Agaza. Exactly.
We'll take note and do that. It's important we invite him.
We'll take note. All right, Thank you very much. By your last words for the people of Ahanta, that we can wrap up. There's your camera.
So Aindama, Anope Michewo Yinabium, and Ahanta Heritage. I'm just appealing to that we all get involved in this year's Ahanta Heritage to make it a success. If you live abroad and you are Ahanta, please don't hide from us, because we want Ahanta to be great. So please come and be part of this year's Ahanta Heritage with your resource, with yourself, with your family. And I'm also appealing that please, the Galamseyers, I'm begging you, we are trying to recreate Ahanta. So can we stop and then try and get into mining responsibly so that we will have our beautiful waters back. Our fish will start swimming in the rivers. We'll have our journey and all that, the catfish and everything. People are dying, kids are getting ill, kids are getting sick. Can we please just think about this and then stop this galamsey? I beg you.
All right. So as we say in Ahanda, Yelawase.
Amen.
And that's how we wrap up, this segment of the show. That's Honorable Mavis Kukwa Bisu. He's the MP of Ahanta West. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with, what's happening in the trends. Let's stay for that.
From farm to plate, do you really know what you're eating? Any glitch in the circuits of the food chain can change the price and size of what you eat. Technology has changed the face of farming, but how is Ghana plugging in? Join Jesse Aram Agbakpo, Emmanuel Bright Kweku on the food chain as they project startups in the agri sector, highlights the gains and plight of industry players while engaging with experts for more insights in agri-related issues. Food chain, everything agriculture and more, as during the Joy Business Report every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Joy FM and every Saturday at 6 p.m. on the Joy News Channel, with a repeat on Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m.
Teenage pregnancy is stressful. It is world war.
Dreams are paused, futures rewritten, and childhood replaced with the heavy responsibility of raising a life.
They impregnated her, and at the end of the day, when she came, she was HIV positive.
This is not just a story of motherhood, it's a cautionary tale.
Your friends will laugh at you at that time because nobody expects you to get pregnant at that time. You get that reactions from the nurses when you go to the antenatal. Some of you would go like Akosua, so they walk off.
Too young to mother on Joy News.
We were living in one of the pavilion behind. Later that we had this new building. Then we now moved to the new building.
You did a lot. They have come here and asked us, and they have continued our 6-unit classroom building.
A lot has changed. After documentary, we had 60 tables and chairs, then a 10-bedroom teacher accommodation.
We have never been fair to these young children. The children are suffering. We applied for school feeding, which will have also helped to increase the enrollment.
The impact has been great in terms of enhancing duty bearer responsiveness, in terms of responding to the infrastructure needs, in terms of teacher availability. We are seeing that there's progress.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday, Derek, isn't it?
Of course, and it's a segment where we serve you all the juice that you've got to know.
If it's buzzing, we'll
bring it to you.
If it's trending, of course, we're definitely bringing it to you. Derek, did I just say Derek? Yeah, I was switching.
But Jackie, what's our very first story?
The first story today is a very sad one. Yesterday, we all woke up to sad. There were a lot of sad news that we saw, but this one is a very interesting one because she's one of the interesting figures in the Ghanaian entertainment industry, Ghanaian actress Beverly Afaglo, who sadly passed away yesterday. We saw that on the husband's page on social media, Kwamaster. He made that revelation saying that it was just 4 days to
her birthday. Now, the update that we've seen a couple of celebrities trooping into her residence to, console the family, the husband and all that. We've seen posts from John Dumelo. There was one popular movie that she was in with John Dumelo.
I think I even have that comment for you. So
yeah, we have that comment here. John Dumelo says that about 20 years ago, I walked onto the set of About to Wed in Jowulu. That's when I met Beverly Afaglo, Prince David Osei, and Yvonne Ochre. We starred in one of the best TV series, and Bev brought out the best in me. Fast forward a year after, Bev calls and says, John, call Salam, into bracket movie producer. They need someone to play the role of a king. That's how I got to star in the movie. King is mine. And the rest they say is history. Thanks so much, Bev, for playing a significant role in my acting career. I'm glad you are resting peacefully now. I always day for you. One day when I decide to write a book, your name will fill pages. A lot of fond memories too. I saw one from one of the movie producers too earlier. We couldn't add it. She was also sharing how Beverly brought the life into most of the movies that she created and all that. And of course, we see a lot of R.I.P. Andy Dusty, a lot of people asking. It was a very sad morning yesterday on social media.
I think we have
interview.
Our last interview with her, you know, on camera. And watch this, will bring you the juice after that.
My life is at risk as well because I can confirm that it's in my blood, it's in my genes. God forbid that I'll be part though, but my dad died of cancer as well. May his soul rest in peace, and my sister, so we are scared. And I think everybody, whatever you read online about cancer and how to prevent it, we must be serious about it because cancer comes in different forms and you won't see it coming, so yeah.
What type of cancer did your sister die from?
Oh, she went through all types of cancers. It's sad, from the breast to the spine to the blood to the brain to everywhere.
That's a very sad one. I can't imagine what the husband is going through. Such a young couple. Yeah. And I can't remember in 2021, there was a disaster. I don't know if Kojo Brace, if you heard about it. Her house caught fire. She brought it on social media. A whole lot of controversy surrounding that. And people, there's a lot. And this morning I also read a post. I don't know if it's from the family, but it looks like it's from the family asking people to stop all the speculation surrounding her death. What people are saying is this, is that. Just respect the family at this point. Yeah.
Or is it, if you keep speculating that a person died of it, in the end, the person is gone. Yeah. And they say we don't talk bad behind a dead person, so let it go. Let us all commiserate to the family, and especially the husband she's left and the children.
Yeah.
So let's stop. If you don't know, you don't know. Let it go.
All right, and I'm so glad you're bringing Kojo here, because I like to do stuff like this. And this is what? The African Union versus the European Union. Today, AU marks 63 years.
Yeah, today's AU Day, 25th.
AU Day.
I remember how we used to celebrate it. It's in the social studies.
Big deal. Yeah. But look at something. As we celebrate 63 years, the European Union is just 33-year-old. We are 30 years older. Maybe because you are older, like your big brother,
you're supposed to maybe
be better in how we deliver.
Show them the way.
But are we?
Okay,
but are we?
That's the whole point.
We're rather following.
Well, let's see what the data has to say.
Okay.
When it comes to funding, which is the European Union survives on internal funding. It will take care of stuff that they need. In fact, we know about how Ukraine have gone to them many times for support in fighting Russia. They get it. But when it comes to our finding, as a big brother, 63-year-old, 30 years in advance, we still keep begging.
Even IMF, last week we had an explainer 17 times.
Yeah.
We've been going there 17 times.
That's for Ghana alone.
Yeah, that's for Ghana alone.
Africa, if you combine the African Union, it probably will tell a different story.
That's very sad reality. But then, look, when it comes to travel, the European Union benefits from a very beautiful one.
The Schengen visa.
You can travel other countries with no pass, In fact, you're considered a citizen. Of course, you also spend the same currency. But
and it's even cheaper to travel to those countries.
But if you're going to travel from one African country to another, you need a visa. Yeah. In fact, for countries like South Africa, until recently, you'd have to pay a visa processing fee.
Yeah.
And so there's still benefits ahead of the game in travel. But even when it comes to conflict,
but even the travel.
Yeah.
At a point, I wanted to go to Nigeria. I was with some students. When we go to the border between Benin and Nigeria, we're returned.
Why? What was the reason?
Small issue. One student amongst us not having a passport.
Oh, my.
So we had the whole of us had to come back. And I was even arrested. Because I saw they have something there. It's like motto. But they've divided it and put some long span in between them that used to carry goods. It was beautiful. So I was taking pictures. Oh, the police said I was taking pictures of them taking bribes and they arrested me.
Well, so yeah, even with our travels, we're struggling. Then even when it comes to conflict, their conflict is a little more territorial, where Russia claims I own Ukraine. You know, so we've seen them come. But our conflict is xenophobic. Which is quite scary. Coming at our own brothers, you know. And we've seen it happen. We've seen the attacks, viral attacks on social media.
We've covered the story for some days now.
Yeah. Ghanaians are expected to be repatriated back into the country. The foreign ministry made that announcement. And some of them may be coming this week. In fact, it's going to be in
by
batches.
Wednesday.
Yeah, the 300 is going to come, then it follows. But Jackie, when our foreign minister made a post concerning we bringing back our people, we had a lot of South Africans in the chat room.
I saw less Ghanaians in the chat room. And first one says that, please do your best to investigate the South Africans living in Ghana. Should any of them violate their visa regulations, even if they buy something they aren't supposed to buy, kindly deport them.
Well, you know, part of the reasons we do this is not even to instigate a whole rebuttal. I mean, there's diplomatic ways of going about this stuff. So
the second one says that take all of them, please. Go to 9 provinces in South Africa and take them all. Don't leave even one. We commend what you're doing. Third comment here says that keep them home. No foreigner will be comfortable in SA even in the next 30 years if they decide to come back or have kids here. Last comment here says that you must take Nigerians, Somalians, Ethiopians, Burundians, Pakistanis, Bangladesh in the name of African unity. Or is that is that only applicable in South Africa? Looks like they want everybody out.
Yeah, but well, the singer sang a song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, none but ourselves, and free our mind. Okay, maybe let's not use. But what we see is more of a mental slavery. But who are me? Who are we? Bro, who are we? What do we know? But our next story is a story that happened at the Public Accounts Committee, where one beautiful Hajia had some few words, and we titled this Quran or the Bible, which is holier. Watch the video first. We'll bring you context after that. And there's a video where the lady in particular is at the park committee. And she's given a Bible. I mean, of course, when you're a Muslim, you're given a Quran to swear. When you are a Christian, you're given a Bible to swear before you start. And at the end of it, she had some comments for the committee that she would really prefer that the Quran is not put together with, in quotes, other documents. And it got people.
And she also added that she preferred, someone else be in charge of that, so that it's not everybody that has access to it, and also you don't mix it up with other documents.
A Muslim, for that matter, being in charge, because then, of course, the Quran is a holy book, and not just anybody can, handle it. And it became almost like a rebuttal. The only part that got people really confused was the fact that she used the Quran and other documents, which is the Bible. And so it got people really, going berserk. That, are we now putting the Quran a little higher? But we are not here to instigate any of that, of course. We bring you comments on how people reacted to that story. Jackie, what do we have?
First comment, Gordon says that I'm sad we are having this conversation. This is what divides and disturbs the peace of a nation. Second comment here, Ghana is not like Nigeria that we tolerate certain things. Now, for once, I side with Abna on putting her on her place, because then committee chair also told her that, they are all working tools that they work with, so you can't just segregate them. Tyler says that you all don't respect your religion. That's why it pains you when a Muslim tries defending theirs. What's the problem with asking for the Quran to be handled as it's supposed to? Ram here says that she did her part. It doesn't matter if they agreed or not, but she has to speak out. You have to be a learned Muslim to understand.
Yeah, but what do I have to say? What's my opinion on that? Hey, look, we are siblings, we love each other. And let's not. There are issues that perhaps we have our personal stance on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it should instigate. We love our Muslim brothers.
Yeah, I think when it comes to religion, Wednesday we are all celebrating.
Charlie, what's
that is not like that.
You know, we look forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. But what's the next story? Is a very gory accident that happened at Birmingham roundabout. Accidents happen all the time. But why would we bring you this one? Because it has a replica. It's almost like a reflective version of something that happened last year. The same at 37 roundabout, where two boys were, this.
I'm surprised it happened at a roundabout too.
How do you get a head-on collision at a roundabout?
It's crazy.
Both people are, boys want to show that they have machines. Let's watch the video. We'll bring you comments after that.
Is he okay? You guys. Make your pass here. Make your pass. 25. 25. Hell. Is he okay?
Yeah. Very sad reality right there.
Yeah, so let's read some comments here. Ohne says that the kind of reckless driving on that street during Friday night, Takachi says that, so expensive cars can also kill you. What are you saying? Let me pick one last comment here. How can you have a head-on collision at a roundabout? The question I just posed. How? How is that even possible?
It tells that the boys wanted to stretch their legs.
Yeah, Friday night.
On a public road. You know our roads in Ghana. And even the rains and the weather, guys, we all love, we love a little speed, but responsibly. All right. Modern day Moses, this is probably our last light note story for you today, where one guy attempts to, you're going to see the video pretty sure on your screen, attempts to, do what Moses did.
He parted
the Red Sea. Director, can we have the video on the screen, please? And he goes with his crew or the boys, and he lifts the rod and the staff. That the Bible says should comfort you, but it looks like the staff could not comfort you. And, in fact, he even had a bigger wave crashing and coming at him.
If you can have the video on the screen.
Well, even if we don't have
that's what you can see right now. So he went further, trying to part the Red Sea. Kojo Brace. He was trying to part the Red Sea. This is not the Red Sea, by the way. But
just on the lighter side of things. Because it's a Monday. Monday does not necessarily mean that you have to be bullish and brute and, Charlie, lighten up. It's going to be a good week. My name is Derek Elom Ashilevi, and is in the trends, and I love doing this with this amazing lady.
Jacqueline and Sma Yaboa.
Kojo, please.
Please end with the video.
We should end with the video.
Yes.
All right, guys, I'll wrap you on the AM show with us. We did this with Emefa, Kojo, and we leave you with Moses and his Red Sea. Okay.
Imagine a family without a home. Imagine a song without a voice. Imagine a church without prayers. Imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy without journalists. Imagine a world without the media. Life is full of issues and stories about people, communities, and governments. Stories that have to be told by well-trained journalists. That's why you can't imagine news without Joy News.
We were living in one of the pavilion behind. Later that we had this new building. Then we now moved to the new building.
You did a lot. They have come here and asked us, and they have continued.